And here we go yet again. And of course, majority of us Knicks fans, not all of us, shout out all the Cavs fans, shout out all the Pistons fans, but a majority of us Knicks fans sitting here, waiting around, just trying to find out, guys, who are we playing in the next round? Can the real contenders please step up? Because we've been waiting almost a week now, and it'll be a full week by the time we get to see our opponent. So, let's go ahead. Let's tune into Pistons taking on the Cavs here tonight. It should be another close one. Of course, we're in Detroit. Upper hand to the Pistons here tonight. We will see. Can the Cavs finally win a road playoff game? Or will they crumble down and go down 3-2? Who knows? We will see. Of course, this series can go either way. We're tied at 2 games apiece. Let's go ahead. Let's start the show. And we are back yet again here today, and we will see. There's not much to say about this series other than to wait and see what kind of version of the Cavs are going to show up. What kind of version are the Pistons going to show up? These teams, I don't want to say are equal and have been equally as good throughout the series, but especially on the road, the Cavs just not have had their players show up in a way that they need them to. Specifically, their stars, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, pretty rough game 1s and 2s. And then you go to games 3 and 4 on the road for the Pistons, and similar things can be levied towards Cade Cunningham, who had an 8-turnover game 3, I believe a 6-turnover game 4, and or 5-turnover, 5, 6, whatever it was, and a pretty disastrous ending to games 3 and 4. 3 specifically, where he had 3 straight turnovers and clutch possessions down the game in 3. And then in game 4, only 1 turnover in the first half, 4 or 5 in the second half, where obviously things are coming to a head, and ultimately the Cavs were able to go off on a big run, including Donovan Mitchell going off for 39 second half points. My goodness, you're supposed to be a dominant defensive team, and yet you allow Donovan Mitchell to go off for 39 points? Where was All-Star Thompson in all of this? And I know All-Star Thompson had a pretty disastrous game 4, one of the worst games I've ever seen him play, even going back to his rookie season, where he was coming off the bench and then we're just trying to find impact places for him. But my goodness, was he absolutely disastrous. Turning the ball over for Thompson, which as a low volume offensive player, you can't turn the ball over the second it touches your hand. And then number 2, the fouling and the lack of shot making that All-Star Thompson was providing, it just made it, and the way Caris LeVert was playing, it just got it to a point where, okay, we're gonna run with Caris LeVert here tonight, who I believe played almost either 30 or almost 30. We can go through the box score of the previous game and really break it down if we really want to. But, of course, what we're going to do is we're going to start going down the bingo card. But before we do, shout out everybody in the chat. What's up, Madarek? Appreciate you. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Appreciate you, big dog. Foonpay, Super. Joseph Rose, appreciate you guys. The Fleas, what's up, Fleas? Always happy to see you, brother. Justice Dad, as always, appreciate you, big dog. Michael Mack, what's up, Michael? J Hammer, as always, guys, appreciate you guys. Jason, what's up, Jason? So let's do what we always do. Let's start with our bingo card, because again, our bingo card, especially here in the playoffs, can help us start the discussion of the more impact players throughout the series. So let's take a look at it. Starting at the top, travel, failed challenge, normal things we have on here. Of course, we're going to run right through those. Let's get the Cade Cunningham for 30 points. And if we really want to have the Cade Cunningham discussion, it's not going to start at points. It's going to start at turnovers. The guy is averaging well over 5 turnovers per game during this series. I believe he's averaging around 5 turnovers per game over the course of the playoffs so far. It's been an absolutely, listen, for as awesome, and you guys know, as a Knicks fan, I am probably super annoying with my effusive praise of Cade Cunningham to a lot of Knicks fans. I get that. I love the guy. I think he's a phenomenal basketball player. I think he's one of the best leaders in the entirety of the NBA. He's super young. He's on the rise. I think he's an MVP level player. That's absolutely 1,000% true in my eyes. In saying all of that, we can't have him on that tier And then come playoff time, he's dishing out turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover after turnover. And this was something I discussed constantly throughout the regular season. And I understand the factors that are against Cade, that they really don't have other ball handlers. Keith Modeste, what's up, Keith? Knicks fan, what's up, brother? Appreciate you. Jason, congrats. Joe, appreciate you. I graduate tomorrow. I'm happy, but I'm sad. I'm gonna miss my friends. Well, if you guys are real friends, you'll stick around with each other, big dog. Graduation doesn't have to end the friendship. S2 Mar, what's up, S2 Mar? Knicks fan from college, high school, Joe. Just said I cried a bit today. Just been sad. It's you know. It is a mixture. It is a mixture of sadness and happiness. You accomplish something, be proud that you accomplished something, big dog. Jellio Smith, what's up, Jellio? Sadu Berry, what's up, Sadu? The Cade Cunningham turnover issue is boiling over to a point that I can't remember it being this bad for any other player I've seen, right? Harden, on the other side, which we could talk about as well, I guess at the same time, has also, throughout his career, also struggled with turnovers throughout his career, even during his prime. But it was never as bad as what we're seeing from Cade Cunningham on a nightly basis, on a game-by-game basis. It is rough for Cade right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up because I do want to see how many turnovers he had. We know he had 8 turnovers in Game 3. How many turnovers did he add? I believe it was 6 or 5. 5 turnovers in Game 4. You can't be averaging over 5 turnovers a game, period, let alone in a playoff series where you're just handing the other team possessions. And again, like I was saying, I know the cards are stacked against Cade Cunningham. Really one of the only... Kurdish, what's up, Kurdish? Ian Parkins, what's up, Ian? Really one of the only people who can create something with the ball in his hands consistently. It's Cade Cunningham, and then occasionally it's Dennis Jenkins, and occasionally it's Karis LeVert. But obviously both of those guys are very unreliable basketball players overall, and are both coming off the bench. So I get to the ball's in Cade's hands, and he has to answer and respond every single possession. But you know what? I've seen Jalen Brunson in a similar situation, right? And I'm not even talking about this year. I'm not even talking about last year, because you could look at those teams and you could say, well, he's got talent around them. I'm talking about 2 years ago. Randall goes out with an injury. Anunoby goes down in the playoffs. Robinson gets hurt. Bojan Bogdanovic gets hurt. Josh Hart's dealing with an abdomen injury. And yet, Jalen Brunson refused to turn the ball over. Guy would have 2, maybe 3 turnovers a game, and during the playoffs was averaging somewhere between 2 to 3 turnovers per game. You have to find ways to take care of the basketball, right? And I get he's a young player and he's going to do it, but if you want to make that true MVP level turn, that has to be priority number 1. We have him up here for 30 points because superstars have to put the team on their back, especially in a situation like this, where its series is tied 2 games apiece. Winner of Game 5 goes on to win 70% or some odd number like that percent of the time they go on to win the series. Okay. If you want to make an impact today, one of the ways to not turn the ball over, just put the shot up. Stop trying to pass it off. Stop trying to feed Duren. He's not showing up in the playoffs. Forget everybody. Team on your back. Team on your shoulders. What are you going to do with that, right? Time for you to step up today. Jason, what's up, Jason, brother? Kurdish, Derek Howell, appreciate you guys. Mr. Nixon, what's up, Mr. Nixon? Robert Kling, what's up, Rob? Sadu Berry said, JB over Wemby every day? I mean, as a Knicks fan, you have to say that. Mr. Nixon said, JB and the Knicks have unlocked Super Saiyan mode these playoffs. Hopefully they can continue it. They have a long layoff, man. Josh Hart was talking about it today. Robert said, you talk, but if it's not right, you can always UCA? I don't know what that means, brother. Jellio Smith said, JB over Wemby is wild. It is wild, brother. It is wild. Joseph said, I was terrible with Signs More Life. Now I had it good. Appreciate you, Joe. Appreciate you, brother. Good luck on your next steps, big dog. Congratulations on your graduation. Let's keep it going. We got Sam Merrill for 3 threes. Obviously, Merrill coming off the bench for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was key and instrumental in their run the other night, knocking down threes, getting out on the perimeter, spreading out the court for them. So Merrill for 3 threes is always a good number on the board here to kind of measure the barometer of that bench impact for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's him, it's Strus, it's guys like that who we'll get to in a second. Mobley, 3 stocks. He almost had a 5x5 the other day. He had 8 stocks in the game. He had 5 blocks and 3 steals, so it feels that I contemplated putting this up to 4 stocks, but we'll leave it at 3 stocks for now, and we'll see what kind of game he has today. And maybe if it's another phenomenal stocks game, we'll raise that one up. Knicks fan said Robinson out. I did see that they had a couple of guys questionable. It is the playoffs. I'm fully expecting that everybody is playing. I haven't even looked at the injury report because while they do have some guys that are questionable, I don't really think that any of them are going to sit out with any kind of even medium level injuries. Like I was going to say minor injuries or anything like that. Like obviously if it's a major injury and they're probably going to sit out, but even minor, even medium level injuries, I don't know how I want to phrase that. Medium level injuries, you're going out there. You're going out there to play. It's a playoff game, season on the line, game 5 here. Robinson for 3 threes. If he's not playing here today, we'll look to switch this with somebody else coming off the bench for them. Maybe we can do, just looking at the Pistons bench, Javonte Green, Danish Jenkins for, or how about a big makes a 3 between Paul Reed, Isaiah Stewart shooting 3s. Isaiah Stewart only played 7 minutes the other night, by the way. My goodness, we'll see what he goes with today. Paul Reed played 7 more minutes than Isaiah Stewart the other night. He had 14. So we'll see if Robinson is out there. But again, of course, he's really their only knockdown 3-point shooter. So if he's not playing, that's a huge loss for the Pistons. But I do believe he will be playing. It would be a huge loss for the Pistons. But if he's not, he is out there. Robinson for 3 threes, again, is a good barometer for this Pistons offense because they really struggle to generate open looks. Duncan Robinson is a huge outlet for them as, again, their only knockdown 3-point shooter. He took 2 shots the other day, both of them 3s. That was it. He was 1 for 2 from 3. And that's just not going to get it done over the course of a 48-minute basketball game in which Duncan Robinson plays 30 of those minutes. We have a technical foul, jump ball, 2 consecutive missed free throws. As always, regular things. We have the bingo cards. The Harden for 25 points. He had 24 the other night. It's obviously a combination between he and Mitchell. Mitchell had it going in the second half. Harden started to take a little bit of a backseat after a hot start for him, so he got it started. Mitchell finished it. We'll see what kind of version of that dynamic duo we have here today. Harden for 25 points is pretty solid again. A good barometer to see what kind of impact Harden is having because if he's not shooting those shots and he's not knocking them down, it's really hurting the Cleveland Cavaliers. But also, if he's not shooting those shots, it's a higher propensity that he's turning that ball over, which again is going to be difficult for the Cleveland Cavaliers to overcome. Thompson for 3 stocks. I believe he only had 1. Taking a look at it now. Yeah, he had 1 steal, and that was it. Yeah, 1 steal, and that was it. Thompson needs to dominate defensively, or he has almost no value out there. He's a bad offensive player. Doesn't have a perimeter game. Felipe, what's up, Felipe? Marlon, what's up, Marlon? Where were we? Thompson, 3 stocks. Yeah, if Thompson's not dominating defensively, getting these stocks, getting his team out to run by getting them or trying to generate easier buckets for them by getting steals or blocks and causing changes of possession, he's having almost no impact out there because his offense is pretty terrible. It looks like he's losing confidence. And Benzino said, "Oh, Duncan Robinson is out." Okay, we'll change this at some point, probably to any big man for a 3 here tonight. Honestly, from either side. If Mobley wants to knock down a 3, if Paul Reed or Isaiah Stewart want to knock down a 3, that's what we'll change it to. Any big man for a 3-point make tonight. Ruzande, what's up, Ruzande? Did you hear about OG? Yeah, OG is expected to play game 1, barring any setbacks. And I think that was always the plan. Considering the Knicks felt confident in their ability to close out the series even without him. And they accomplished that goal, and they have a week off before game 1 anyway. So nothing too surprising, nothing too groundbreaking about that news. It was exactly what I thought was happening and expected to happen, and they reported it as such. We have Harris for 15 points. Again, I thought about upping this to 20, but he had 16 the other night, so 15 is a good spot for him. If you can get over 15, it helps this Pistons team score. Of course, Cade Cunningham only having 19 is what hurt them as well as far as everybody else also not really contributing too much. So Harris for 15 is a solid number for him, again, as they need offense. And so you're going to see a lot of offensive props here for this Pistons team because we know they can be excellent defensively. And they need guys to step up, put the ball in the basket. And that's exactly what Harris has done. TT in the morning. What's up, TT in the morning? Well, here we go. Pivotal game 5, brother. Here we go. Pivotal game 5. Let's do it. Beer battered Gummy Shark. What's up, Gummy Shark? What the Knicks need is to pair up the forces of Cade and Embiid, Mitch and OG to the Sixers. Makes sense for the Knicks. 2 injury-prone players for 1. Yeah, sure, brother. We're good on that. Mitchell Robinson and OG Anunoby haven't been injury-prone since 2 years now. We're good, brother. We're good. You deal with that Embiid situation over there. Jelio Smith said, I had to step away from watching the NBA after the draft lottery. Not sure why. That's for you to figure out then, brother. AP, what's up, AP? I think Cleveland is going to shock them. We'll see. They are winless on the road during this entire playoff run. Didn't have a win in Toronto in round 1. Lost the first 2 games here in Detroit against the Pistons. They are undefeated at home. They've won all their home games. So at some point, especially in this series, because they don't have home court advantage, they're going to have to win on the road. Is it going to come to that? Jelio said, why did they do a redraw in the lottery? It's shady. I don't know what you mean, brother. I don't know what you mean by redraw in the lottery. All they simply did was announce the lottery winners. If you have listened to the Windhorse podcast, he broke down what happened in the lottery room. If you are speaking about that specifically, I mean, he explains it in the moment, so I don't know why you're asking me that question. So the Utah Jazz won the lottery twice the way they do the drawings. So obviously they don't get a second pick, and so they had to redraw to see who else would win it. Anyway, Judge, that said 3 dudes on the injury report. The series is wacky. Yeah, and apparently Duncan Robinson is out. We will see. Albert, what's up, Albert? Let's go Knicks 7, please. I think I'm ready to play. Honestly, I don't really want us to go 7 at this point. I want us to go 6, and I want to start this series on Sunday. AP said, the only time I root against Donovan Mitchell was against us, but other than that, I want him to win. I don't really care for Donovan Mitchell, but that's just me. Let's keep it going. We have shot clock violations, successful challenge, goal 10, triple-double, all normal things that we always have in the bingo card. Strus 10 points, 2 threes. It is incredibly important for Cleveland to have contributors off the bench. In the previous game, Sam Merrill came through off the bench, knocking down a couple of threes. He had 2 of them. Strus had 5 points, 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3, 2 for 7 from the field. Dennis Schroeder had 7 points off the bench. They need contributors off the bench. You're looking at guys like Schroeder, Strus, and Merrill to step up. Tyson only played at the 8 minutes. It looks like they're going to go to a pretty strict 8-man rotation, maybe 9. Tyson had the 8 minutes, so maybe 9 if they have to try and stretch it, if maybe somebody gets into foul trouble and whatnot. But you're going to see a lot of Strus, a lot of Merrill, a lot of Dennis Schroeder. Jared Allen, 15 and 8. Jared Allen, very important in the paint in his battle against Jalen Duren here. Both of those guys have tended to shy away during these moments here in the playoffs. We will see who gets the upper hand here today. Jared Allen, 15 and 8 feels very fair. I think you will see. We lowered Jalen Duren from 20 points down to 15. I'm just done expecting any more out of him. I know he made the All-Star team. He's been absolutely horrendous in the playoffs. He scored over 12 points 1 time throughout this playoff run, and that was exactly 12 points in one of those games against Orlando. Pretty disastrous outing for Jalen Duren during these playoffs. A logo 3, any player for 3 blocks. Mitchell for 30. He's coming off a 43-point game in which he scored 39 points in the second half. Mitchell for 30 seems pretty fair. Again, the superstars, Mitchell, Cunningham, getting the star treatment. Go out and put the team on your back and lead them in that regard. 4-point play, double-double, and then we just talked about Duren for 15 right there. So these are the avenues in which I could see the team succeeding. We'll see which of these spots here in the bingo card we do indeed fill in. Chick Brooklyn Beauty, what's up, Brooklyn? Hoping this series goes 7. I honestly wanted to be wrapped up in 6. Let's get ahead. Let's roll the ball out. I'm ready to watch our Knicks play. I don't want it to start Tuesday. I want it to start Sunday. If this series goes 7, then game 1 of the conference finals starts on Tuesday for the Knicks. If this goes 6, the series starts on Sunday. Let's get it going. Just that said, Tony Brothers is the official here today. You hate to see it, man. You hate to see it. Corpex, what's up, Corpex? Appreciate you, brother. Chaos Kid. What's up, Chaos Kid? T in the morning said Pistons 6. Let's do this. There you go, brother. There's the confidence. All right. Let's do this. This is the previous series. Let's go ahead. Let's set ourselves up. That was the previous game. Let's set ourselves up for our game here tonight because we should be getting ready for the tip-off. So we'll pull that up. We'll pull this up. This is ready for the box score. This is ready for our game cast. Matchup predictor. Detroit dominating the matchup predictor. Again, the matchup predictor, pretty hilarious. There's nothing to extrapolate from this. I just think it's funny as we scroll past it to look at it. And they say that there's a significantly higher chance that Detroit will find a way to pull this game out today. CEO King said Durant should be at 10 points. He should be, but I just can't have that low of an expectation for a guy who made the All-Star team. Corey, and who averaged 20 points per game during the regular season. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility for me to ask for 20 points for him at least once here in the playoffs, and he hasn't had 15. So I lowered it down to 15. Get to 15, and then again, I'll get it to 20. Corey Skeets, what's up, brother? Don't want the Knicks to get cold, so let's get Pistons in 6. Pistons in 6, Cavs in 6, I don't care. End this thing in 6 games. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Just that's it. Do you know what today is? Wednesday? The 13th? Wednesday the 13th? I don't know. What is today? AB said, look at that fake 60-win record. Oh, my goodness. Well, you can't really push back too much on it. Danish Jenkins in the starting lineup. No Duncan Robinson. Like I said, we will change this at some point. There's Robinson 3 threes to any big man hits a 3 tonight. I'm looking at Mobley. I'm looking at Isaiah Stewart. I'm looking at Paul Reed. If any of those 3 big men hit a 3 tonight, we'll fill in this square right here. Any of them. Literally any of them. Give me a 3 from a big man. Michael Brown. What's up, Michael Brown? Joe said if Detroit goes up big this game, they're winning because Cleveland isn't coming back. They go down big in Detroit. Yeah, we'll see. I don't necessarily think of this Cleveland team as a comeback team, so I tend to agree if they go down big. I think Detroit will be able to hold on to that lead. But again, at the same time, especially down Duncan Robinson, unless they have excellent shooting nights from somebody else, they can go through these spurts, man. Wasn't there a 21-0 run in that game 4? They can go through these spurts, but they just don't score the basketball. We'll see. Delu Marie, what's up, Delu Marie? Jalen said he's not a star and wants to win. That's our captain, y'all. Yeah, I said it and I tweeted it out the other day. That's leadership, and I know we make fun of Jalen Brunson at times for, we tend to call him Mr. I need to do better man in the sense that he gives the same response every single time there's trouble and turmoil on the team. Like, I need to do better. Whether he needs to do better or not, he could be coming off a 40-point game, and he's talking about he needs to do better. It's like, no, you're fine, Brunson. But he'll always say that in reference to what the team needs to do better. It starts with me as the leader. I need to do better. And that's leadership. It's boring. It's practiced. It's rehearsed answers. It's taking responsibility and accountability even when you don't have to. Duncan Robinson, the only player out today, by the way. So there's that. Robert said, I think you're right. It should be 6. I want it in 6 personally. I mean, 7, I'm not going to complain about an extra 2 days off, but I just want to start the series. Let's do it. Speaking of, start of the game, tip goes to the Pistons, and Thompson gets it over to Cunningham up top. By the way, Danish Jenkins in the starting lineup for the Duncan Robinson absence. And Cunningham gets it over to Jenkins, left corner 3 for him to start the game, and that's one way to start the game for the Detroit Pistons. Danish Jenkins playing off ball, playing that Duncan Robinson role. Cavs got to treat him as if he's Duncan Robinson out there and not give him any clean looks. Harden bringing it down against Jenkins. He has it by the half-court line. They swing it over to Allen. Allen up top, being guarded by Jalen Duren. Gets it out to Harden. Harden coming to his left off the Allen screen, driving it down in the lane, leans in, floater off glass, gets blocked by Jenkins, and it's out of bounds. And it's going to go back to the Pistons? No, it's going to stay with the... How is this off of Harden? It was clearly blocked. How is this? Let's see the replay. Maybe I'm wrong. That's clearly blocked to me. I don't know how this is Pistons ball, but the Pistons are bringing it down. Wow, what a wild call to start the game. Let's see if the Pistons can take advantage. Cunningham up top, being guarded by Mitchell on a switch. He's going to drive it down in the corner, almost turns it over. Mitchell almost got the steal, but Harrison's up with it. Step back, fall away, or in the paint. Off the back of the rim, can't get it to go. Mobley gets the rebound over to Wade, and now here comes Donovan Mitchell bringing it down against Thompson. They get over to Wade. Wade coming to his right, hands it off to Mobley, being guarded by Tobias Harris. Coming to his left, off a screen, down the lane, tries to shovel it inside to Jared Allen. Allen not ready for the pass, through his hands. Here comes Tobias Harris, picks up the handle, kicks it out. Jenkins, right corner three from him, and he rattles in two. Danish Jenkins, 2 for 2 from 3. I didn't even know I had 6 points up there. I'm Nostradamus up here. I'm predicting the future. 6-0 start for Detroit. Mobley bringing it down the other way, gets it over to Wade. He'll take the baseline. Wade, pump fakes, tries to get in the corner. Ball got knocked loose, but it's going to stay here with the Cavs as it hit the sideline. Nick Yak said, I want to see Cleveland win. Hope that's not a mistake. Yeah, it could go either way. I'm confident in this Knicks team to pick up a victory regardless. Mobley picks it up at the foul line, steps through floater, way off on the floater attempt. Mobley, my brother, get closer on that floater attempt, even if you missed. Here comes Thompson bringing it down the other way. Thompson up top, being guarded by Evan Mobley. Thompson tries to get it inside to Cunningham, easily picked off. The Cavs were waiting for it all the way. Bad decision there from All-Star Thompson. Mitchell, right wing, they don't close out hard on him, so he fires up the three, can't get it to go down, rebounded by Cunningham, pushing it the other way, has it up top, being guarded by Harden, runs right into him, and turns it over. Harden right there defensively. Look at James Harden getting the steal on Cunningham. Mitchell going right into Thompson and turns it over the exact same way. Harris pushing it against Harden. Harden strips him. It's out of bounds off of Harris. But it's going to stay here with Detroit. And they say one of those threes from Danish Jenkins was actually a 2, so it's 5-0. Mark, what's up, Mark? Bunny Rabbit, what's up, Bunny Rabbit? Harris gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Harden. Harden on the right wing, Cunningham dancing with it against Harden. Crosses over to his right, down the lane in the paint, and he throws it out to nobody. That's 2 turnovers back-to-back for Cade Cunningham, and obviously that will be a focus of what we keep an eye on here tonight. Jason said, oh man, I thought Cleveland would have more energy than this. It's the start of the game. We'll see. We'll see how it plays itself out. The Pistons have come out very aggressive defensively here. We'll see how Cleveland answers. They are yet to get on the board. Mobley fakes the handoff, keeps it. Gets it out to Harden, being guarded by Jenkins, coming to his right. Over the top pass to Mobley in the paint, shovels it over to Allen. One-handed slam, there you go. Nice easy basket there, beautiful ball movement, and a good big-to-big connection for the Cavs there. Danish Jenkins has it up top, being guarded by Mitchell. Danish Jenkins gets it over to Cunningham, being guarded by Wade. Cunningham up top, looking for a screen. Coming to his right up the Wade screen. He's got Harden switched onto him. Cunningham's going to dance, drive to his left in the lane, kicks it out to Harris. Left wing 3 over Dean Wade, can't get it to go. Mitchell the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. And a travel on Donovan Mitchell. Travel on Donovan Mitchell. And you know what? That helps our bingo card. That helps the bingo card, which I don't, again, have up and prepared to edit. So we'll pull that up real quick. We have a travel. 5-2. Danish Jenkins dancing with it down the lane at the foul line. Kicks out to Thompson. Back to Jenkins. Right corner. Pump fakes. Good hustle from Dean Wade to run him off the line. They hand it back to Jenkins. Pump fake steps through. Floater with the right hand push shot. Gets the friendly bounce as he gets it to drop down. And Danish Jenkins, who went scoreless in the previous game, all 7 of the points start. Clearly just better as a starter for whatever that's worth. Harden down the lane in the paint, floater from him, he got it to go. Danish Jenkins just gets off to better starts as a starter. We saw that when Cunningham went down with the collapsed lung. Danish Jenkins stepped into the starting lineup and he was fantastic. And coming off the bench, he just doesn't have that same impact. Jenkins coming to his right, up top. Hesitation, blows past Harden, foul line floater from him. Too strong, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Mitchell dinging down, able to get it from Thompson. Good hustle from Donovan Mitchell. That rebound would have went to Thompson there. And Harden bringing it down, slip past to Mobley. Thompson got the steal out on the break by himself. Two-handed slam from him. It's 9-4. And finally, somebody other than Danish Jenkins has scored. Here comes Mobley bringing it down up top. 9-4. Mobley Coming to his left, pulls it out, being guarded by Harris, crosses it over, shovels it out to Mitchell. He'll take the baseline, he'll throw up the floater, he'll miss the floater. Jared Allen can't get the tip. He's battling on the board. Nobody can pick it up. Loose ball knocked out. Harris picks it up. He's out on the break against Mobley to the rim, kicks it out. Jenkins, left corner three. He's feeling it. Comes up short there. Tobias Harris back in the play with the offensive rebound. Over to Duren, over to Cunningham in the paint, kicks it out. Harris the three, trying to reward him. He can't get it to go. Harden knocks the rebound to himself. Harden home run pass. Mobley under the rim by himself. Two-handed slam. Where's my foul? As Harris comes flying into him. Where's my foul? Protect these players. Here come the Pistons pushing it the other way. It's 9-6. Back and forth so far. A little over 7 minutes to go here. Jenkins under the rim, pulls it out, being guarded by Jared Allen. In the paint, shovels it out to Thompson. Thompson kicks it out to Cunningham. Cunningham coming to his left, over the top pass to Thompson in the paint. Leaves it off for Jalen Duren. Bullying his way to the basket. Reverse layup with the left hand. He smokes it. Thompson knocks the rebound loose. And Mitchell picks it up. Jalen Duren just can't even finish in the rim either. Mitchell trying to bully his way to the basket. Draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for two. And we are approaching the halfway point. Very fast-paced game. Time winding down quickly. Very few stoppages, if any, so far here tonight. Back and forth they go. We'll have our first stoppage and our first timeout with 2 free throws coming up for Donovan Mitchell. Again, let's put travel up on the bingo card. And where's that? Where is our travel? All the way in the corner, literally number 1. Literally our first spot. And there we go. We'll fill it in. We'll fill it in as we go. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? I know y'all want to watch the Knicks play, but we need a 7-game series. This more fatigued our opponents are the better. Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter. If you're a good team, go beat good teams. It should not matter. Sure, it could be better for the Knicks, but, I want to see the Knicks play basketball. Roll the ball out. Let's play. I'm not afraid of these teams. I don't need them to be completely exhausted in a 7-game series. It don't matter to me. Roll the ball out. The Knicks should be able to beat them regardless. Jason said, get Duren out of the game already. Good Lord. A wide open layup under the rim. First of all, he had a drop-off pass from, I forget who it was. I think it was Cunningham. It was from Thompson. Thompson gets into the lane, draws Jared Allen to him to have to contest. Drop-off pass to Duren, wide open along the baseline. Instead of Duren catching and going up quickly for a dunk, he instead takes a power dribble in the paint to try and position himself, and then Jared Allen's just standing over him, and then 2 other defenders come over to hunker down on Jalen Duren in the paint. So instead of having a wide open dunk, he's now caught in a position where he's standing under the basket with 3 defenders surrounding him. He tries to throw up a lefty reverse layup and smokes it. Don't even know why he didn't go back to the right hand. I don't know. Nick Yak said OG practice. Yes, indeed he did. Yes, indeed he did. But it's 9-6, and after a slow start from the Cavs, obviously, after a slow start from the Cavs, they're coming right back. A home run pass to Mobley, who's got 2 points. Home run pass to Mobley, who's got 2 points. Harden knocked down a floater. Jared Allen had a nice drop-off pass from Evan Mobley for a one-handed slam, something that Jalen Duren could have easily done, but he didn't. And so here we are. Morty Man, what's up, Morty Man? Get Duren out. Curtis Painter said, Ops going 7. Dang sure doesn't hurt, though. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm fine either way, which is why, go ahead, win it in 6. I want to watch my team play basketball. I want to see my team qualify for the finals for the first time in 20-plus years. Let's do it. Roll the ball out. Let's do it. Caleb Shepard, what's up, Caleb? Put Reed in. It's going to be interesting to see who's the first big off the bench for the Pistons. Obviously, it's been Isaiah Stewart all season. All year it's been Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart hasn't been that impactful either. And the guy who has been impactful has been, of course, Paul Reed. In the previous game, had 11 points off the bench, played 14 minutes. We'll see if he's the first big off the bench today. I get the sense he probably is. Nate Yak said Detroit fans turning on Duren. How can you not with the way he's performed during this playoff run? How could you not? Pretty disastrous outing for the playoffs in its entirety. He hasn't had one decent game. Quarterbacks, what's up, quarterbacks? Low-scoring game favors the Pistons. Cavs on pace scored less than 20 in the first quarter. Yeah, they got off to a slow start. We'll see how they end it. Derek Young, what's up, Derek? Who do the Knicks play next? One of these two teams, brother. One of these two teams. Skomberg, what's up, Skomberg? Another day of rest for the Knicks. Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir. Mitchell knocked down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Mitchell knocks down both free throws. 6:40 to go here. Dennis Jenkins bringing it down. They have Paul Reed in on a... LeVert is in, excuse me. Duren is still out there. LeVert comes in for Cade Cunningham. They get it to Harris in the high post. Right wing being guarded by Mitchell. Mitchell digs down, pokes the ball loose. Harris picks it up. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to dance with it and isolate one-on-one again. Backing him down. Spins off of him. Baseline fall-away jumper. Too short, can't get it to go. Duren can't snag the rebound. Gets knocked out of bounds by Dean Wade. It'll stay here with the Pistons. Excellent defense from Donovan Mitchell to keep Tobias Harris out on the perimeter, not allowing him to back him down. Excellent defense by Mitchell there. Morty said, I still love Duren, but he ain't worth the max contract because he's mediocre player this postseason. Pretty much. We'll see. We'll see what they offer him. He's clearly lost money already. He's not going to get the max. I'd be surprised if he did. TD in the morning said Duren has had his chance. Here comes Kevin Huerter. Kevin Huerter in the game. We could change the Duncan Robinson 3 threes to Huerter 3 threes. I just don't think he's going to play that much. I still like our big man any 3 threes. Harris pulls it out in the right corner, being guarded by Jared Allen. Coming to his left, half spin in the paint, step back, lost the handle, picks it up, follow-away jumper, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound, knock loose. Strus picks it up. Here comes Dennis Schroeder bringing it down. Schroeder on the right wing, being guarded by Dennis Jenkins. Up top to Harden. Harden being guarded by Huerter. He's going to pull it out. Harden going through his dribble package, stops, step back, pulls it out. Good defense from Huerter. Harden not going anywhere. Harden settles for the step back rhythm 3, comes up short, can't get the bounce, rebounded by Duren. Here come the Pistons. They get over to Jenkins. Jenkins, up top, coming to his right off the screen, hesitates down the lane, kicks it out LeVert, right wing, pump fakes in the paint, Euro steps through, layup off glass, can't get it to go. Duren the offensive rebound, but a foul's called on the LeVert layup attempt. He's going to go to the free throw line for 2 free throws. 5:30 to go. We're past the halfway point. It's 98. It is a very low-scoring game so far. AB said, what kind of score is this? We're so used to the Knicks just putting buckets up throughout the game. So used to it. Morty said, diehard Detroit fan. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. I could be chatting away in Detroit Pistons YouTube stream for tonight's game, but Sheffy's providing. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for the kind words. Providing this stellar play-by-play despite being a diehard Knicks fan. Love this. Appreciate you, Morty. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the kind words, brother. I do love basketball, man. I love my Knicks, but I love basketball. LeVert knocks down both free throws. Here comes Schroeder bringing it down. Dennis Schroeder up top being guarded by Tobias Harris. Schroeder over the top pass. Strus wide open left corner 3. Max Strus knocks down a big time 3. Remember, we have him on our bingo card for 10 points and 2 threes. There's 1 3 on the board. And we're tied at 11. Dennis Jenkins bringing it down. Stops. Swings it over to Harris. Harris, left wing, hands it off to LeVert. LeVert had an incredible game 4. We'll see what he has in store here today. They get over to Harris. Reverse layup. Got it to go over Harden on the nice high to low passing from Duren down low to Harris, who had positioning on Harden. Harden dancing with it against LeVert, slip pass to Jared Allen down the lane, scoop lay with the right hand, got it to go, and the foul for Jared Allen, just kind of scooped it up there, and he got it to go down. And was that Rose? Appreciate you, Rose, for your generosity. That was indeed Rose. Appreciate you, Rose, for your generous contributions to the stream. Appreciate you. AB said, I want to destroy those Pistons. I mean, I just want to get to the finals. I don't care who it is. If it's got to be the Cavs, if it's got to be the Pistons, bring them. Bring them. Forgot to give Harris that layup he had, so it's 13-11. Then Jared Allen knocked down the scoop layup with the foul. So now it's tied at 13. Allen at the foul line for 1 more. Cunningham back in. Harris goes to the bench, and Jared Allen knocks down his and 1 free throw. Cunningham gets it over to Thompson. Thompson will bring the ball down. 4:50 to go. We'll sync up our timer. Thompson up top, nobody even guarding him. Thompson hands it off to Huerter. Huerter gets it to Thompson, taking the baseline against Harden. Pump fake spin. He's got nowhere to go. Falling out of bounds. Almost turns it over. Does turn it over. Merrill comes over and steals it. Thompson is an absolute 0 offensively yet again here tonight so far. They get it into Jared Allen. But he's been phenomenal defensively as he rips the ball away from Jared Allen. Coming out of nowhere for the steal. Thompson will bring it down. He'll swing it over to Huerter. Extra pass to Cunningham. Right corner 3 from him. And he rattles it in. Cavs just not locked in enough defensively, allowing Cunningham to simply catch and shoot in the right corner there. Schroeder up top to Merrill, swings it over to Harden. Harden being guarded by Cunningham. Harden, jab step. Herder steps out on a switch. Harden's going to look to isolate, swings through to his left quickly, down the lane, floater. Gets the friendly bounce off the side of the rim, hit almost every part of the rim before he got it to drop down. We're tied at 16 again. We're under 4 to go. Come on, time to keep up. Duran up top, hands it off to Cunningham, coming to his left, being guarded by Max Strus, dancing with it in the lane, stop, step back, fall away jumper over Strus, high arcing. Strus got a block. Thompson picks up the loose ball, back to Cunningham, and he knocks down yet another three. Cade Cunningham getting it going from the perimeter. His second straight three there. Schroeder bringing it down, being guarded by Thompson. Saves it over to Strus, almost a turnover, over to Merrill, back to Schroeder on the left wing, now back to Merrill, left corner three, got it to go for Sam Merrill, he quickly responds. Under 4 to go, about 3:30 to go here, under 3:30 to go now. LeVert up top, we're tied at 19, back and forth these two teams go. They get over to Cunningham, up top being guarded by Strus. Cunningham swings through to his right, picked up by Dennis Schroeder. Cunningham pulling it out, wants to run the pick and roll with Thompson. They get it to Thompson, middle of the lane, hop step, lefty left, gets swatted out of there by Jared Allen. Weak drive there for All-Star Thompson. They get over to Dennis Schroeder, driving it down to the basket, scoop layup, got it to go for Dennis Schroeder over Karis LeVert. And that's a foul as well. I wonder if this was a timeout or a foul. It is indeed a foul, and we're going to get a timeout, and Dennis Schroeder will shoot one more free throw coming out of the break, and it's 21-19. I'm not going to lie, Cavs looking pretty solid after a somewhat slow start. Looking pretty solid so far, and the Pistons overall, as the night has gone on, struggling to find offense consistently. Dennis Jenkins got them off to a hot start, knocking down the first 3 shots of the game for 7 quick points for the Pistons to start it. And since then, the only other offense that they've consistently been able to garner is Cunningham for 2 threes. Everything else has been on helter-skelter plays here and there, disjointed situations where it was a loose ball or a steal and a run out for All-Star Thompson for his 2 points. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Man. Ruzande said, I'm so bored watching these basketball teams that I'd be watching the replays of the Knicks putting PTA. I do find myself watching a lot of those replays too. Jay Lopez said, I need Harden 15 points. You need 15 points for Harden? He's got 4. He's on pace. I'll tell you that. 4, 18, 12, 16. He's on pace. Russell Field, what's up, Russell? I got Knicks versus OKC fever. I know there's a lot of basketball left. Yeah, I wouldn't count my chickens before they hatch. I wouldn't look ahead of the next opponent, whether it's the Pistons or the Cavs. Still got to get through those guys. Yak said, game for Detroit is all on Cade's shoulders. Absolutely, Yak. That's exactly how I phrased it in the pregame as well. The entirety of this game and the entirety of this Pistons team, unfortunately, all season long has been on Cade Cunningham's shoulders. That's still no excuse to have 8 turnovers in a game, though. Consistently averaging over 5 turnovers during this playoff run. Still not an excuse. Suns Jen, what's up, Suns Jen? I watched USA versus Croatia the other day. What sport? What sport was that? Let's pull this down. Line it up where we always have it. Come on, computer. There we go. Mark says, who are we rooting for? Personally, and I've been on the record saying this, I don't care. I'm rooting for this to end in 6. So I'm rooting for a winner tonight, and then for that winner to win also in Game 6. I guess if you wanted to look at the matchups, the Knicks have struggled in the regular season against the Pistons. I don't think they would struggle in the playoffs against this Pistons team with the way they're playing, man. I don't. Especially with this version of Jalen Duren, who has lost all confidence. All-Star Thompson, who's lost almost all confidence offensively here. Cade Cunningham, who's turning the ball over left and right. Lana Mono's up, Lana. We stop Cade, Knicks win. Yeah. Mark said, so Sunday, huh? Why not 7? Mostly because I want to watch our Knicks play basketball again. Selfishly, that's it. That's the only reason. No other reason than that. If it goes 7, obviously they get a couple more days of rest. But they had practice today, and then they had interviews as well. Mini press conferences after the practice, and Josh Hart was on record, and he was like, this is a long layoff. He also said that he wished they were able to jump right into the next series so that they could keep their rhythm going. And he said, we'll see when we come out game one. Obviously, we're going to do our best to keep it going, but, it's a long layoff. And it is a long layoff. Hopefully, they're ready to go for game one. We could see a whole lot of rest, which, Mark said OG is a go, right? They said they came out today and they said that barring any setbacks, OG is scheduled to start game one. He's ready to go. We have just under 3 minutes to go. Schroeder at the foul line for his and one free throw, and he got it to go down. Jay Lopez has become a member. Oh, my goodness. Appreciate you, Jay Lopez. You're upping your membership. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for your generosity supporting the channel. Appreciate you, big dog. Thompson has it up top, hands it off to Marcus Sasser, and they call a push off on Sasser. Schroeder flops down and hits the floor. They give it to him, though. They give him the call. Ball back to the Cavs here. Marcus Sasser in the game. And again, I think JB Bickerstaff is just looking for offense. But if you're looking for offense, I might not want Isaiah Stewart out there. I might put Paul Reed out there. He's one of the only guys consistently able to score the basketball in this series. To get over to Strus, coming off a screen, a three, in and out, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Karis LeVert, we're pushing the other way. LeVert up top, picked up by Dennis Schroeder. LeVert crossing over to his left, rejecting the screen. Picks up his handle, now gets it out to Stewart. Stewart coming to his right, hands it off to Cunningham. Being guarded by Strus to his right in the lane. Fall away baseline jump shot. Got it to go down for Cade Cunningham. Good kind of manipulating around the bodies of Stewart there. Wasn't necessarily a screen, but he did get in the way of Max Strus trying to contest that shot. Mitchell in the paint sees a double team. They swing it around. Out to Dennis Schroeder, being guarded by Thompson. Schroeder coming to his right off a Mobley screen. Cross-court pass, turns it over. Why would you try to attack All-Star Thompson off the bounce and Cunningham's going to go to the basket for a two-handed slam? Why would you attack that matchup, Dennis Schroeder? Terrible decision. Mobley coming to his left, blowing past Stewart down the lane, stops, spins, and pivots, kicks it out. Strus wide open straight away. Max Strus knocks it down. That's 2 threes for Strus already. Now we just need 10 points and we can fill that spot in up here. All ready for Max Strus. He's got 6. Here comes LeVert bringing it down. Up top being guarded by Schroeder. LeVert up top. Isaiah Stewart a 3. Isaiah Stewart knocks down a 3. We're filling in the Robinson 3 threes. I said I would change that to any big man knocking down a 3, and Stewart qualifies for that, of course. It's 25-26, 1-point game. 1:30 to go here. Strus gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell pulls it out. Back to Strus. A deep straightaway 3 for Strus. He's feeling it. Can't get that one to go down. His 4th three-point attempt already. Here comes Thompson bringing it down. Thompson up top. Swings it up top to Stewart as the trailer. A 3 straight away. Oh, he's feeling it. Isaiah Stewart coming out firing away. I said you might want to go to Paul Reed instead, and Isaiah Stewart said, nah, I could put the ball in the basket too. 2 straight 3s for Isaiah Stewart on back-to-back possessions. Dennis Schroeder up top, coming to his right at the Mobley screen. Stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Mobley. Extra pass to Strus. Extra pass. Merrill, pump fake, sidestep, rhythm dribble. Can't get it to go down. Battle for the loose ball. Out of bounds. And it's going to go to the Pistons. With just under a minute to go here. Sons Jensen, I'm a Beef Stew fan. I do like his game. I do indeed like his game. He could be a little chaotic with his personality on the court. But his game is solid. His game is incredibly solid. Here comes Marcus Sasser bringing it down against Sam Merrill. Sasser has it up top. 4-point lead for Detroit, 29-25. They get over to Thompson. Thompson being guarded by Donovan Mitchell. They get it to Cunningham in the post, being guarded by Strus. Cunningham. Swings through, stops, half spin, fall away over Strus. Excellent move. Can't get the finish, though. Mobley with the rebound. Gets it out to Donovan Mitchell, bringing it down. Mitchell has not asserted himself here tonight. He's going to dance with it against LeVert. LeVert's going to poke the ball loose. He's going to dive for it, knock it into the backcourt, but Mitchell's going to pick it up. He's going to walk it down the other way. Brother, you got to go. We got to go. We got 10 seconds to go. Mitchell coming to his right, driving it down. Mitchell, head of steam, down the lane, scoop play with the right hand. Got it to go down. Maybe he doesn't have to pick up the pace. Maybe he could just operate on his own pace, and a player's down on the court hurt, and Donovan Mitchell's hurting. What happened? So roll his ankle? He definitely didn't get knocked down on the layup attempt. He might have rolled the ankle. See the replay on it. He's going to pop up to his feet. You got the easy scoop layup to go. And then, yeah. Oh, yep. Steps back. Rolls the ankle. I've been there, brother. I've been there. Stepped back. Rolled the ankle. And he doesn't even really step on the photographer. He steps back. You can't see my foot. But he steps back. And the back of his heel, as he steps back, makes contact with the top sole of the photographer who's sitting, crisscrossed. And it just forces his ankle to turn a little bit. And then obviously the force forces it to turn the rest of the way. He's going to remain out there on the court, though. He's going to walk it off. He should be fine. 10 seconds to go here. Cunningham has it up top. 2-point lead for the Cavs. Cunningham, step back, left corner 3. can't get it to go. Left wing three, can't get it to go in the step back. Mobley, the rebound out to Mitchell. Mitchell, the half-court heave, a little further past an half-court, can't bank it in, and that'll be the end of our first quarter right there. It's 29-27. And Mitchell got a noticeable limp to him, not a large limp, but a noticeable limp to him there as he walks off the court for the end of the quarter. We'll monitor that as the game goes on, of course. Mark said it looked like he was trying to avoid the photographer. It did. It did. It looked like he knew the photographer's behind me. I'm not going to step all the way back. I'm going to maybe short step it. But then again, like just that enough pressure forced the ankle to turn a little bit. And then he was already planting back there. So the force, I assume, was back there. And the ankle just twisted the rest of the way. Just enough. It wasn't like a full twist or anything like that, but it rolled just enough. And when you're on your toe like that and you roll it, that could be a high ankle sprain, which I don't think it is. But that hurts. That shoots up that leg, man. That pain shoots up that leg. Jay Hammer said, those fussing photo people, I don't know why there isn't like a small, like literally just put a little plastic barricade thing. Just put a little tiny plastic barricade thing around them so they can't step on the photographer's feet. They'd step back and hit the plastic. Ralph Kling, what's up, Ralph? Appreciate you. So you're doing a great job. Appreciate you, Ralph. I try. I'm trying my best. Mark said, I always thought they were too close. Yeah, whenever this happens, and it happens more frequently than it should, the conversation always comes like, why are they so close and whatnot? And I think it's super avoidable. I think they could be that close if you literally just put something so small, a little small, tiny plastic barrier piece where the photographers are sitting. It's not going to impact their ability to do their job and capture these photos. It's going to allow players to not feel like, oh no, if I step back, am I going to step on this guy's shoe and twist my ankle like Donovan Mitchell just did there? Literally, it would just avoid all of that because they'd step back, hit the cone or plastic little ring that I'm talking about, and their ankle wouldn't turn. You literally just make a little mountain, and that's it. It would save so much. Mark said, you got guys running full speed at you? Yeah, but that's not really where the injuries ever happen. It usually happens on situations like Donovan Mitchell's had there, where he goes to the basket hard, he gets the layup to go, he's out of bounds, and he turns to walk up the court, and he's not looking where he's stepping, and either he's like continuing his momentum and he continues out of bounds, and then he'll step on a guy and roll his ankle, or he'll step back and then step on a guy and roll his ankle. It's not usually when players are falling into the photographers that we see injuries. It's usually on situations like that where we're just trying to gather our footing after making a layup going hard to the basket and then turning to go back up the court, not looking where we're standing, and we roll our ankle. I say our as if I'm a basketball player, as if I'm an NBA player. And they roll their ankles on these photographers who are just sitting there. I think literally 90% of these situations would be solved by just putting a small little plastic thing around the photographers and where they need to sit behind. It's so simple. It's so dumb. You make it high enough where they can't like step on top of it by stepping back, because you don't lift your leg all the way up. It's usually like sliding your feet or just turning and pivoting and putting your foot back or anything like that. I keep like doing things with my feet and you can't see my feet. What am I doing? But it just is extremely avoidable. It's extremely avoidable, and it's unfortunate. Let's get back to basketball. Bruce Fowler, what's up, Bruce? Plastic barriers, that's crazy. You can't have anything destructive under the basket. Players will step on cones too. The Players Union would never go for anything like that. What's the alternative? We continue to step on people's feet and roll our ankles? It's a piece of plastic. I don't think even if somebody fell on it that they're getting hurt from this piece of plastic. Mobley knocks down a shot in the paint to start the second quarter. Cunningham gets to the foul line and knocks down the fall away. Cunningham shooting a lot of jump shots, knocking down a couple of them here. He's up to 12 points now. Knocking down a lot of them, I should say. Tyson is in the game to kick it out to Mobley. Mobley pump fake, swings through to his right. Mobley dancing with it against Harris down the lane in the paint. Can't get the two-handed slam, but that's because he's fouled. He's going to the foul line for two. G4 said, what's your opinion on Stewart as a backup? Big defense and rebound-wise, he's phenomenal defensively. I think if he was a 36-minute-a-night guy, he'd be in conversations for Defensive Player of the Year. He'd be in conversations for All-Defense team, but he's their backup center. The problem with him is consistency and staying out of foul trouble as Mobley knocks down the first free throw. Consistency, staying out of foul trouble, and obviously continuously developing offensive game, but staying active, staying healthy. I keep saying health with him, but he doesn't look healthy, and I know he said he's healthy, and I know a lot of people are like, well, he's just saying that he's not healthy, but hasn't looked super healthy or super explosive after that 8-game block against Orlando. Mobley misses the second free throw. He's got 5 points, 2 boards, 2 assists so far here tonight. Mitchell has it up top being guarded by Tyson. Cunningham has it up top being guarded by Tyson. They get it over to Stewart down the lane, pump fake, kicks it back out to Thompson. Thompson in the paint against Mitchell, pulls it all the way back out, hands it off to Cunningham, off the handoff a three. Got it to go. Cade Cunningham tonight. He said, hop on my back, y'all. I'm making sure we win this game here tonight. Can the Pistons find a way? As Stewart comes up with a big block on Tyson, it's going to be a jump ball. And then Tyson, and that's going to be a technical on Tyson, getting a little extra. You don't have to do that, brother. You just picked up a technical for no reason. You didn't have to do that. Silly situation for him. Nick accident, a little too small. Harris and Tyson got something to say to each other. A little too small for Stewart. Yeah. I think consistently as a starting center could be a little too small. Yeah. Tyson already has 1 technical. No need to pick up a second. Getting a little too silly here, Tyson. I know you're being tough and whatnot, but you're a second-year guy. Come on, big dog. Stay in the game. Harris is trying to bait you into picking up a second technical to get you out of the game. User said, no plastic. Okay, how about spruce or pine, maybe? That's worse. Plastic is at least collapsible. I think pine, like, you'd get in more of a problem with like something hard. If a player fell down and hit their head on it or something like that, I think that's more problematic. Corp said, wow, double bingo card blocks in one play? What was that? What did we get? Oh, technical foul. And the jump ball, you're right. You're right, we had a jump ball and a technical foul. Absolutely, double. I didn't even think about it. Wasn't even thinking about it. Jump ball, and where's the tech foul? Up here, we're filling it in. Like I said, there's Robinson for 3 threes. I'm filling in because Robinson's not playing tonight. I was going to change it. We don't have to change it. I'll just let you know. I was going to change it to any big man knocks down a 3 tonight, and Stewart's knocked down 2. So let's fill it in. Fill it in so we don't forget. Boom! Look at that. We're already on our way. Boss player, what's up, boss? Let's go Detroit basketball. They're hooping. Cade Cunningham is hooping. He's up to 15 points here tonight. Benzino said 2-foot foam barrier. Foam works too. Foam works. Literally something. Something soft, something squishy. Not rubber. Literally something. So they went to go review just to make sure anything else didn't transpire because Tyson and Harris started to go nose to nose and saying some things. So what they ruled is literally what they called on the court. It's a jump ball between Tyson and Stewart at the center circle, and just 1 technical foul on Tyson. We'll give the Pistons 1 free point here. They go to the foul line to shoot it. Detroit boy, what's up, Detroit boy? I need a recap. I'm at home. I'm not at home. I got you, Detroit boy, real quick. So the Pistons came out with Danish Jenkins in the starting lineup because Duncan Robinson is out, and Danish Jenkins scored the first 7 points of the night for the Detroit Pistons. Felt like he was going to get going, then started to miss a couple of shots. Pistons started to go a little cold. Cavs started a little slow, got it going at the end. We've had a close game ever since, back and forth. Cade Cunningham is going off. He's got 15 points. He's going to knock down this free throw to give him 15 points there. He's 6 for 9 from the field. He's knocked down 2 or 3 threes already. Marketing was a marketing. So Cunningham has the team on his back right now. Just needs some contributions from the other guys, and I think they'll be good to pull this game off. Mitchell has yet to get it going. He's sitting with 4 points. He tweaked his ankle a little bit earlier, rolling it a little bit. Harden hasn't had too much of a game. Strus has knocked down 2 threes. Merrill's hit a 3. So it looks like the Cavs are comfortable shooting and knocking down threes here tonight with their ball movement. They're finding open looks. We'll see which way this goes. Does Cunningham keep this offensive production up? Do the Cavs continue to knock down threes? I think for the most part, again, this is going to be the kind of game where it comes down to the very end, and we'll see who's going to be able to pull it off. Here we go. The Cavs win. The Pistons win the jump ball easily. Stewart over Tyson there. Cunningham up top being guarded by Tyson. Coming to his right. Pulls it out. Cunningham coming to his left, slips it over to Harris, rolling to the rim against Mobley, to the basket, layup. Got it to go for Tobias Harris. Nice finish over the rim protected there. And there's a 7-point lead for Detroit now, 37-30. Tyson up top, gets it over to Mobley. Mobley hits Donovan Mitchell, Cun back door, he throws up the floater. Got it to go down for Donovan Mitchell. He's going to look to start getting it going now after a slow start in that first quarter. Here comes Thompson bringing it down. He looks good. He looks spry, working off that bum ankle. Now, it wasn't too big of a roll, just, more of a shock that he rolled into whatnot. Thompson almost turns it over, but gets it out to Harris. He throws up the floater along the baseline. He got off to a slow start as well, but now Harris is getting it going. Back-to-back shots at the rim there. First one a layup over Mobley, this time a floater over Mobley, diversifying that offensive game around the basket. Come on, timer, keep up. We are under 10 seconds to go now. Why did that timer reset? I don't know. We'll catch up, though. They get over to Tyson, slips it inside the nobody, and it's out of bounds. You might have to get Tyson out of this game right now. And Tyson and Harris got something to say it again. And you got to get Tyson out of the game. Way too emotional right now. He's only a second-year player, but he's getting way too involved right now going at it with Tobias Harris. He's not making enough plays from Tyson. Get him out of the game. Get him out of the game. Get a more veteran guy in there. I'd probably look at Dennis Schroeder or something. 7-point game, 39-32. Gabriel Gobi. Gobi, what's up, Gabriel? How's the game looking? It's looking pretty good. Pretty solid game. Back and forth they go. Pistons taking a slight lead now. 7-point lead for them, 39-32. Cunningham's going to dance with it against Tyson. They're going to kick it out to Sasser. Sasser dancing with it against Sam Merrill. Coming to his right, bump, fall away, foul line shot. Got it to go for Marcus Sasser. Instant offense off the bench. They barely used him this season. I know he was hurt to start the year. But obviously, by the time he came back, it looked like Jenkins secured that backup point guard spot with Tobias, with All-Star Thompson out. All-Star Thompson, my goodness. With Duncan Robinson out here tonight. All-Star Thompson is playing, of course. Knocks that ball out of bounds. With Duncan Robinson out, they're going to need offense. Enter Marcus Sasser. He's ready to go. He knocks down that shot, giving them the 9-point lead. Teeth in the morning said, yikes, Tyson did a Duran pass. Yeah, he did. He threw it to nobody. Trying to get too fancy. It's not a regular season game, brother. Dean Wade is at the scorer's table getting ready to check in for Tyson, I assume here. Harden bringing it down against Cunningham. Up top, coming to his left. Shot clock winding down. Harden isolating. Cunningham doing a great job shutting him off. He throws up the three over Cunningham. Careens off the side of the rim. It goes out of the bounds. Ball back to the Pistons, and they're clapping it up defensively. They're hooping right now. Led by Cade Cunningham. He's going to come out of the game for Dennis Jenkins here. Under 9 to go. Scoreboard said, Tyson is trying to get the Cavs fired up. I don't think it's working. No, I think it's having the opposite effect. I think it's firing up the Pistons here. Here comes Dennis Jenkins bringing it down. It's not really your role, Tyson. Play your role. It's overstepping your boundaries here in a pivotal Game 5 in the playoffs. Sasser gets to Tobias Harris, high post, right wing, being guarded by Dean Wade. Much bigger defender. Let's see if Harris can go to work. Baseline pull-up jumper. He's feeling it. Got it to go down there. Excellent move for Tobias Harris. And there's a double-digit lead for the Pistons, 43-32. Let's see if they can continue to capitalize off this 12-2 run here. Cavs are going to have to find some offense. Yak said Harris is another Philly mistake. Getting less playing time. Getting less playing time from George at twice the price. Yep. And it's part of the reason why Daryl Morey is now out of general manager of that team. Morty said, B-ball Paul Reed, another former Sixer? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, another former Sixer. Should have never let him go. They needed a reliable backup big during this season and during the playoffs, and Paul Reed is a better option than both Adem Bona and Andre Drummond, and they let him go for both of those guys. Silly. Morty said he's out. Paul Reed is out? Paul Reed is out today? We have 8:30 to go, by the way, so our timer is back synced up. Dean Wade is yet to take a shot tonight. That's a problem. Mobley with 5 points. Skomberg said Tobias is the Piston saving grace. He's bailed out for his role. He's balled out for his role. Yeah, he's been able to manage to become a go-to scorer for this team. Now look at this. He's 4 for 10 from the field for 8 points, so not super efficient here tonight. Again, he got off to a very slow start. The Pistons are going to have to improve their defense on him. He's knocked down his last 3 shots, right? So that is obviously helped him get back into this game offensively. And he's been the guy spurring on this run here. Mostly because Tyson wanted to get into it with him. I think that's extremely silly, and you're seeing it's getting Tobias Harris going here. Jenkins started the game off scoring the first 7 points of the night. Missed his next 2 shots, haven't scored since. Isaiah Stewart knocked down the 2 threes. Sasser knocked down the tough fall-away foul line jumper. Thompson got the steal in the breakout dunk. He's got 4 boards, 5 assists as well, so All-Star Thompson. So unlike the other night, he's trying to find ways to be impactful, which is something I always look at Jalen Duren, and I'm like, brother, find other ways to be impactful, even if the shot's not going to go down. Fill in the other stat sheets. Fill in the rebounding role. Fill in the rim protector role. And he hasn't. He hasn't found those ways to be successful. Suns Jen said, Pistons got to be happy they didn't end up with Ayton. Was that a thing? That the Pistons were going to end up with Ayton? I know he was going to go to the Pacers. What a time! What a time it would have been for the Indiana Pacers to have ended up with DeAndre Ayton. What a time that would have been for them. Wow. Funny how those situations change. He actually signed the contract to go to the Pacers. He signed not the qualifying offer. He signed the, what is it called? I forget what it's called. But he signed the contract to go to the Pacers. He was a restricted free agent, and the Suns matched it. What a crazy time it would have been. They would not have been the team they are now. Although they're a smart front office, so they probably would have pivoted off of it. But who knows what they would have been able to get. Scoreboard said, don't understand why they continue to downsize Jenkins' role. When Cade was out, he was doing great. You have to maximize everyone to relieve Cade's load. Because they need 3-point shooting. So Duncan Robinson has to be out there. Thompson is their lockdown perimeter defender against them going defensively, so he's going to be in the starting lineup. Tobias Harris is your power forward, and Duren is your center, so Jenkins isn't obviously going to play over those guys. I don't think they downsized his role other than bringing him off the bench to back up Cunningham, and even at times playing him alongside Cunningham. He just hasn't thrived in that role at all. He might be a better starter, like he gets off to better starts, or he can play better when being able to start with the game with the ball in his hands to start the game, like he did here tonight. But again, he scored the first 7 points of the game, and he hasn't scored since. They get it over to Jenkins. Let's see if he can turn that around. Mobley missed a little shot around the basket, by the way, so now the Pistons have the ball back. Jenkins pulls it out, being guarded by Sam Merrill. Driving to his right, leans in, loses the hand on the ball, dribbles it back out, pump fakes, steps through, he's got nowhere to go, kicks it in the corner to Stewart. Ran the line by Mitchell. Along the baseline, inside, Thompson, layup, got it to go. Doesn't count because it's a shot clock violation. Great defense from the Cavs. Suns Gen said they got Monty. I crossed my wires. Monty Williams. From the Suns, right? Monty Williams is who we're talking about. The coach, who is probably never going to get a job in the NBA again after what he did with the Pistons. Harden has it on the right wing, being guarded by Sasser. Harden telling everybody to get out of my way. I got Marcus Sasser on me. I'm going to go to work. He's going to put him in the post. They're going to show a double team. Cross-court pass to Merrill. Extra pass to Mitchell. He's going to catch and fire from 3. Mitchell can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Picked up by All-Star Thompson. Pushing it the other way. Shot out of a cannon. Over to Jenkins in the corner. Pulls it back out. Being guarded by Harden. Up top to Jenkins. Gets it over to Stewart. Hands it off to Sasser. Sasser pulls it out. Being guarded by Merrill. Coming to his right off the screen. Step back. Swings it over to Harris. Harris being guarded by Dean Wade in the right corner. Jab step, swings through along the baseline. Struggling with his handle, ball broke loose. Now with the shot clock winding down, coming to his left, gets to the foul line, pull-up jumper. Got it to go for Tobias Harris. He's cooking. He is absolutely cooking here. 32-45, a 13-point lead for Detroit here at home. Getting some home cooking. Their guys showing up here. Harris started 0 for 6 from the field. He's now 5 for 5. And then Dennis Jenkins picks the pocket of Mobley, doing too much. They lob it down low for Thompson for the 2-handed slam. And it's a 15-point lead for Detroit here at home. Donovan Mitchell, James Harden on the court. What do you got Mobley handling the ball for? Do something, Donovan Mitchell. He's bringing it down in the paint. Hesitation, stop. Kicks it out to Dean Wade. Up top to Harden. Harden being guarded by Jenkins. He swings through trying to draw the foul. He does. And I believe that's going to be 3 free throws. Jenkins getting called with his hand in the cookie jar. 6:30 to go here as we're approaching the halfway point of this second quarter. Skonberg said, if you watch him, he is out there. Don't trust him. Who's that? Lewis. What's up, Lewis? It doesn't matter who we face, who we're facing. Nets, if we're going to be the champ, needs to play whoever comes. Stop worrying about rather play Pistons or Cavs. I don't think anybody's worried about it, brother. This is a conversation we've had literally all series long. Harden knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Rose said too much dancing with the ball. Way too much dancing with the ball. Mike's Sleva. What's up, Mike? Sheffy shot out of a cannon. Shot clock violation, Knicks fan. Didn't we? I think we had one already. We did not. We did not. There you go. There you go, Knicks fan. Shot clock violation for sure. Why is this timer going? Stop timer. Shot clock violation is right here. We're filling in a lot of spots. We're filling in a lot of spots. It's looking good. Our bingo card's looking solid. Thompson's going to come out here. Harden knocks down all 3 of his free throws, so it's 35-47, back to a 12-point game. 6:30 to go here. Let's see who's going to keep this momentum going. Can the Pistons keep this momentum going, or can the Cavs start to mount a bit of a comeback? You want it under 10 at least here. And then you'll worry about what the halftime score is going to be. Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by Harden. Duren back in the game. I don't know if that's going to help the Pistons or help the Cavs at this point. Cunningham, rhythm dribble, size up, a mid-range shot. Can't get it to go over Harden. Jared Allen, the rebound. Schroeder shoves it over to Harden. Back to Dennis Schroeder. He's going to drive it down and pull it back out. Dennis Schroeder on the right wing, coming to his left off the Harden screen. LeVert switches onto him. They get it to Harden in the post, being guarded by Jenkins. Backing him down. And that's a defensive 3 seconds on Jalen Duren. And that is more free throws. It's an extra free throw here for James Harden. Spunky James, what's up, Spunky? What is your favorite team? The New York Knicks, brother. Literally the best team in NBA history, according to this playoff run. TV in the morning said Jenkins is too twitchy sometimes and can over dribble when he doesn't have to. Yeah, I mean, young players still learning, of course, but yeah, it's part of the reason why it's hard to fully trust them at times. Denasia Robinson, what's up, Denasia? The Long Island, New York, a.k.a. Strong Island sniper Tobias Harris is cooking right now. Yes, indeed he is. Yes, indeed he is. Harden, right wing 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Jalen Duren, the rebound. And Duren will bring it down. Gets it over to LeVert. LeVert bringing it down. Hit ahead. Cade Cunningham, wide open left corner 3. Comes up well short. Rebounded by Jared Allen. Strus hands it off to Schroeder. Schroeder bringing it down. Gets it over to Harden. Harden on the right wing, being guarded by LeVert. Pulling it up top. Swings it over to Dennis Schroeder. He'll pump fake from 3, being guarded by Cunningham. Back up top to Harden, being guarded by LeVert. Harden coming to his right. Tobias Harris switches onto him. Harden looking to isolate with 5 seconds on the clock. Double step back for James Harden to 2. And he got it to go. It's a long 2, though. Toe on the line. He did knock down that free throw, by the way. So 38-47. Back to 9 it goes. Tobias Harris up top being guarded by James Harden. They get it out to Cunningham. Cunningham up top being guarded by Wade. Cunningham coming to his left off a double screen. Harden switches onto him. He crosses over to his right, gets to the foul line. One-legged floater, can't get it to go. That's not his game. And Wade does a great job coming in and knocking that rebound away from Cunningham over to Harden. Here comes Dennis Schroeder bringing it down the other way. Schroeder dancing with it against Cunningham. Crosses over. Pocket pass inside the Jared Allen. Scoop layup. Got it to go. What a pass from Dennis Schroeder. What a catch on the roll for Jared Allen. That pass was low and he was able to scoop it up off the ground. Under 5 to go. 8-0 run for the Cavs. Gets it back to a 7-point game. Back and forth these two teams go. Eugenio Reyes. What's up, Eugenio? Fungpei. What's up, Fungpei? Raymond said, what is happening in this game? Back and forth they go, man. Back and forth they go. Great timeout from JB Bickerstaff. It's a 7-point lead. Let's see if you can recalibrate a couple of things and keep a nice sizable lead going into the halftime break. Knicks fan said, Cade looks fatigued. He came out firing. He came out great. He's now at 6 for 12 from the field after I believe he was 6 for 9. Was the best that he was that I can remember. He was 6 for 9. He's missed his last 3 shots, knocking him down to 6 for 12 now to 50%. 16 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. And I've talked about this number a lot for Cade Cunningham throughout this playoff run. You'd prefer him shooting a lot of shots. You'd prefer him not looking to get his teammates involved. Not that he's not looking to get his teammates involved, but incapable of getting his teammates involved right now because defenses are staying at home and they're saying, okay, Cade Cunningham, you want a rhythm dribble into a mid-range jumper? You do that. Go ahead. Good luck. And he's trying to do that here tonight. And he's had stretches where the jump shot's going in. He's had stretches where the jump shot's not going in. And you're seeing the result of that where they're going on runs and then suddenly they can't score again. But as long as you don't allow him to spray it out to other teammates to get them going, it's really been a lot of Cunningham isolation, a lot of Tobias Harris isolation. And as long as those shots are going down, the Pistons are looking fine. But when they suddenly start going down and the Pistons are able to, and the Cavs are able to play solid defense, force them into tough shots and they miss them, then suddenly you're looking around on your roster and you're like, who can go get me a bucket here tonight? Because you're down Duncan Robinson, so you don't really have anybody stretched core from you. They tried Marcus Sasser. Apparently they don't have B-ball Paul Reed. He has yet to play. They went to Isaiah Stewart. I didn't see Paul Reed on the not available list, but I'll take your word for it, I guess, until we do see him out there on the court. You're going to need somebody to put the ball in the basket right now. And Karis LeVert doesn't have it. He hasn't even taken a shot here tonight the way he did in the other game, which is why I talk about, like, When your role players have big, exciting outings like that, and they're dominant, and they're impactful, and they're knocking down shots, and they're feeling confident, and the offenses can run through them for a bit, you got to take advantage to win those basketball games. The Pistons losing that game the other night, like, you may not get another Karis LeVert like that, another Karis LeVert game like that for the remainder of the playoffs. You needed to take advantage of that one and pull it off, and they didn't. So let's see if it comes back to bite them here tonight. So far here tonight, they're getting a lot of opportunities from both Allen and Harden. Schroeder has been nice and impactful. 3 and 3 for him off the bench. Max Strus has knocked down 2 threes for 6 points. They're getting contributions from a lot of guys, not even to mention Mobley and Donovan Mitchell. They've contributed, obviously. They haven't been too great or too explosive, but they've been fine and solid. And it looks like the Cavs, they've also gone through these stretches where they can't knock down baskets, turning it over a lot as well. So we'll see. Knicks fan said, does Thompson have 3 steals? Oh, true. Let's check. Let's go through the box score. Let's take a look at it. Thompson does have a bunch of steals here tonight. I know he's got 2. Off the top of my head, I can think that he has 2. Come on, what are we doing? Refresh this page. Come on, ESPN. What are we doing? All right, well, this is not going to load. Corpex AI overview? I'm already not going to trust whatever that thing says, brother. Miss me whatever AI overview has to say. Uh-oh. My computer freezing? Nope, just at the tab, not responding. All right, we'll get rid of the tab then. Get rid of the tab then. Literally close the program. Is that going to close that up there too? That's going to close that up there too. It's going to close everything. All right, well, we're going to have to open everything up now. Hopefully we don't miss any of the action. My browser crashed on me, so we're going to have to pull it back up. There we go. Oh, I could just hit restore pages. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. There we go. There we go. Now we got to sign back in. To pull the stream of the game up because everything has to be streaming now. There we go. Sign into the right account because we got a million different accounts going on. Here we go. We're back in. Danish Jenkins at the foul line. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Didn't miss any of the action. Cunningham can't get the 3 to go. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Knocked out of bounds off of Jared Allen. It'll stay here with the Pistons. We got 4:35 to go. Didn't miss any time. Beautiful. We're good. We're good. Let's pull this back up too. There we go. Where's that? Oh, it's over here. Perfect. We'll pull that over here. Set everything situated back up where we always have it. And then we'll pull this up. And what did we want to fill in? Oh, we wanted to look for steals. All-Star Thompson steals. So we're going to have to wait on that. Here we go. They get over to Duren up top. Duren in the high post. Hits Jenkins cutting back door. Fall away jumper in the paint. Got it to go for Danish Jenkins. Finally, he made a shot after that hot start. 49-40. Mobley gets it over to Harden up top, being guarded by Karis LeVert. Swings it over to Strus. Jab step coming to his left. Strus gets it over to Mobley. Mobley in the post being guarded by Cunningham. Backing him down. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Mobley in the post against Cunningham. Backing him down. Backing him down. Cunningham not moving at all. Mobley too weak in the paint. Ball knocked loose. They find a way to get over to Mitchell in the paint. Inside the Jared Allen. Layup. Can't get it to go. Gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws with literally 0.1 on the clock. My goodness. Ahmed. What's up, Ahmed? User said, get the Opera browser. I got the Brave browser, which I think, in my opinion, in my research, and what I have used, the Brave browser is the best browser you can get. Jared Allen misses the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Moment, what's up, Moment? Sweet, I'm synced again. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. 4 minutes to go here. Allen does knock down the second free throw. 41-49. 4 minutes to go here. Danish Jenkins will bring it down. Jenkins has it up top, being guarded by Donovan Mitchell. They get it over to LeVert. LeVert up top, being guarded by Harden. He's going to dance with it. They're going to get it over to Jenkins. Jenkins swings through to his left. Harden's going to switch on to him. Jenkins going to come to it right off the Thompson screen. Mobley hanging out in the paint. Jenkins fires up the 3. In and out, can't get it to stay. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Mitchell able to pick it up. Mitchell will bring it down against Jenkins. Mitchell up top, dancing with it. Gets it over to Mobley in the post, being guarded by LeVert. Mobley's going to face up and drive to his right in the paint. Steps through, spins, throws up the deep right hook shot. Can't get it to go. Strus battling on the board. Knocked out of bounds by Strus. Strus arguing to challenge it. I don't think they're going to use a challenge there, brother. And the Pistons will bring it down the other way. Here they come. Duren bringing it down. Mobley just too weak in the post. I don't know why they're feeding it to him in the post here. 2 possessions in a row. They've done that a couple of times here tonight, and it's burned them every time. LeVert down in the lane, foul line pull-up jumper, got it to go for Karis LeVert. And now here come the Pistons others, the role guys stepping up here. First, Dennis Jenkins, now Karis LeVert getting to that mid-range. Harris has it up top, dancing around a Jared Allen screen, coming to his right, and LeVert uses a foul. Doesn't use a foul. Well, he does use a foul. Doesn't purposely foul him, but he ends up fouling Harden out on the perimeter. Jason said, I came back to see Duren is still being Duren. Yeah, 0 points, 3 boards. He does have 3 assists, though. Starting to contribute in other areas. Astrology, what's up, Astrology? Brave is def where it's at. I wasn't familiar with your game, Sheffy. Oh, I'm locked in, brother. I'm locked in. If there's something that I can improve, I'm going to look to improve it. Harden in the right corner 3. Got it to go for James Harden. He's heating up, folks. He's heating up. He has definitely led the way here in this second quarter, especially the second half of this second quarter for the Cleveland Cavaliers, knocking down that 3 there. They get over to Duren up top, being guarded by Jared Allen. And a defensive 3 seconds on Mobley there. And that's a free point for the Pistons. Cunningham will go to the foul line. AB said, only 6 points for Donovan Mitchell, AP? Yep. Not the biggest fan of Donovan Mitchell. 0 assists as well. Just not the biggest fan of Donovan Mitchell. There's just too many stretches. As Cunningham misses the free throw. It's just too many stretches where you look up and you're like, where are you, brother? I know you got James Harden out there now, but where are you? Harden with 13 and 3. Your team needs you. Your team needs you. You're down by 7 points. You can't just be lackadaisical right now. Right? We'll see what he comes out in the second half. Obviously, similar situation happened the other night. Cunningham to the rim up the beautiful slip pass. Cut to the rim. Beautiful pass from Jalen Duren for his 4th assist. And Cunningham gets the easy layup at the rim. Harden bringing it down the other way, coming to his left. Harden up top, being guarded by LeVert. Harden dancing with it, pulls it out, coming to his left, the Mobley screen. Being guarded by LeVert, coming to his left on the re-screen from Mobley. Tries to get it inside to Mobley. Ball got knocked loose. Here comes a LeVert the other way against Strus. Get the layup to go. And the foul. And the foul. And the foul for Karis LeVert. And just like that, the Pistons jump right back up after that timeout. Excellent timeout from JB Biggerstaff. Got them calibrated. I don't love Donovan Mitchell. Not even he's out there and he's not. He's standing on the opposite side of the court, not even involved in any of the actions. You got 6 points, Donovan Mitchell. You got 6. I know you rolled your ankle slightly, but like, where are you? Fung Pei said, "Does lackadaisically beat physically any day?" No, I don't know if there's any day where lackadaisical play could beat anything. It's literally the worst thing you could do, especially during the playoffs. Mitchell up top with the ball in his hands, coming off a Mobley screen. Why do they have Mobley setting screens? They swing it out to Strus for a 3. He got it to go down. Big time shots for Max Strus, his 3rd 3 of the night. I don't know why they continue to try to have Mobley set these screens. It should be Jared Allen. Jared Allen is a much better screen setter. Mobley's just too weak in those situations. And the Pistons are just running through his screens. They swing it out to Jenkins in the right wing. Pump fakes, blows right past Harden in the lane. Tries to throw down a wild one-handed hammer. Why? Dumb attempt from Dennis Jenkins. Get the finger roll. And then Harden throws it right back away. Mobley in the paint. Shoves it over to Duren. Duren, lefty layup. Got it to go out on the break. James Harden, in a 5-on-4 situation, just throws the ball away. Where is Donovan Mitchell? Brother, go get the ball. Get Donovan Mitchell out of Jalen Brunson conversations, man. Go get the ball, Mitchell. He has it up top now. Driving it down against Dennis Jenkins. He throws up the floater. He gets it to go. How difficult is that? You have Dennis Jenkins guarding you, and you have James Harden operating against Cade Cunningham over on the other side of the court. What are you doing? Go get the ball. Are you the leader of this team or not? I hate when I see guys who are reported to be stars, superstars, and leaders of their team go stand in the corner and be like, go ahead, you cook, you handle the pressure. No, brother, you handle the pressure. You're in the second round of the playoffs, series tied 2 games apiece. Cunningham's coming out like he's a star as he gets fouled going to the basket. Where are you, Donovan Mitchell? You're coming off a 43-point game and you're going to follow it up with an 8-point half? Ain't good enough. With 0 assists, by the way. It's not like he's even has the ball in his hands and they're applying pressure and he's swinging the ball around to his teammates. That ain't the case. He's just standing around. AB said they don't know how to play together. I don't care. I'm not asking him to play with James Harden. I'm asking him to get the ball in his hands and tell James Harden to get out of my way. The same way James Harden has the ball in his hands and telling Donovan Mitchell to get out of his way. Multiple times tonight, Harden's had the ball in his hands. Mitchell's standing next to him. And Harden looks at him and he goes, go to the corner, brother. I'm going to cook. I'm going to run a pick and roll with somebody. You go stand in the corner. No. No, Harden, give me the basketball. I'm young, I'm athletic, it's my team, I'm supposedly the star of this team. You go stand on the wing. Give me the ball. I'm going to dictate this game. This is not necessarily do or die, but you lose game 5, you go down 3-2, you're setting yourself up for failure. If we lose, it's going to be because I lost us the game. Not because I stood around while I asked the 35-year-old career playoff dropper to lead us in a game 5 as Max Strus knocks down a right wing 3. There you go. Off of the assist from Donovan Mitchell. Thank you. Finally drawing the attention. I'm going down swinging. As the leader of my team, I'm going down swinging. Give me the ball. I'm going to decide the action. If we do go down, by the way, which in my opinion, if I'm leading the team, we're winning. Donovan Mitchell just content standing out in the corner, not doing anything with Harden the ball in his hands. Brother, step up. Cunningham has it up top. They swing it over to Thompson. Thompson driving it down against Mitchell. Euros in the paint. Kicks out to Harris. Wide open right wing 3. Harris can't get it to go down. Battle on the glass for the rebound. Strus knocks it away from Duren. Jared Allen gets it over to Mitchell. And that'll be the end of the first half. 60-52, 8-point game. Not bad. Not bad. Not a bad first half. If you're the Cavs, in my opinion, you're feeling decent going into halftime down by 8, despite the fact that obviously you're trailing, and that's never a good sign. But yeah, you didn't have the greatest first half. Your supposed superstar guard has decided to be extremely passive here tonight. He's taken 6 shots in this first half. Absolutely horrendous. Can't happen. Especially considering Harden's 4 for 8. Mobley's 2 for 5 with a couple of turnovers. Brother, give me the ball. Everybody get out of my way. He's taking the same amount of shots as Max Strus. Sconberg said, a playoff dropper. Honestly, Mitchell is also a dropper. Blind leading the death. Fair. Yeah, I 100% agree. Donovan Mitchell has, I think, 1 or 2 playoff series under his belt in his entire career. Knicks fan, Thompson steals. We're going to go through the box score here. And we'll take off the things on our bingo card as we always do at halftime. Donovan Mitchell, he has like 1 or 2 playoff series throughout his entire career. 1 or 2 where he was absolutely excellent during them. Outside of that, he's been mediocre to decent in pretty much all the rest of them. Yeah, so we've seen the last game. This game is far from over. Mitchell's second half coming up. That's fine. But you wouldn't be down 8 points at halftime if you maybe played a 48-minute game instead of a 24-minute game. Is he going to go off for 39 points in the second half again? I doubt it. I doubt it. AB said, I'm still rooting for him? That's fine, brother. You can like Donovan Mitchell. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just looking at him and I'm disappointed in the performance today. It's a pivotal game 5. The ball's not even in your hands. I'm just asking for you to dictate the game. I'm not saying that you necessarily have to shoot it every time. I'm asking for you to dictate your game. You can't keep relying on James Harden. I feel like he's like, oh, finally, I can dodge the moment. Harden, you take care of the hard stuff. You better show up in the second half the way he did in the previous game. Mike Hirsch, what's up, Mike? Bingo looks good with Harris 15 and challenge. Did we have a challenge? We haven't had a challenge. Oh, Harris for 15 and challenge. You're saying that could get us bingo. Yeah, we'll look at Thompson 3 stocks. I'm sure he has it. I'm sure he's got the 3 steals. We'll take a look at it. AB said, I always thought he was coming to the Knicks. I'm so happy and grateful he didn't. Not a fan of his game. Never was a fan of his game, even going back to his Utah days. Never was a fan of his game. And I'm so happy the Knicks dodged a bullet with a career playoff dropper Donovan Mitchell not coming to the Knicks. Jalen Brunson's so much better. G4 said, be a floor general. Simple as that. That's all I'm asking for. I'm asking for you to be the leader of the team. And multiple times I've seen Mobley out on the perimeter handling it. I've seen in the post trying to back down bigger, stronger players. And we know Mobley's not a post player. And yet they continue to go to that offense. Multiple times I've seen James Harden wave off Donovan Mitchell. No, Donovan Mitchell, you go stand in the corner. No, how about you give me the ball and you go stand in the dang corner? I'm Donovan Mitchell. You know? But I guess, you know what? He's not Donovan Mitchell. He's not. You know? Maybe said Jalen Brunson's a ruthless player. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is not. He is not. So happy the Knicks didn't end up with him. Pinecone Bliss said, Dom plays like fourth quarter hero ball. He does indeed. What's up, Pinecone Bliss? He does indeed. He does indeed. Donovan Mitchell is always liable to go off for like a quick 8-point run when the game's already over and decided, and he likes to pad those stats at the end. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, he had 26 points tonight. Like, actually, he had like 16 going into that fourth quarter. G4 said, and I mean, I get that Harden is a floor general in his own right, but at the end of the day, everyone knows this is more of a who is more of a scoring offensive threat? I mean, Harden's 35. And like I said, he has a history of not showing up in the playoffs when they need him. And to his credit, he's showing up here in this series. He's been pretty good outside of the first 2 games, right? The last 3, including here tonight in this first half, he's been really good in the playoffs. He's hooping, although he does have some reckless turnovers. I'm looking at that like this just isn't good enough. Even if James Harden's going to do this, you can't do this as well. I need more. I can't look at you and people are like, oh, he's a top 10 player in the league. You know, he's hovering around 10 and whatnot. Maybe he's, 12 or wherever you want to put him. But he's constantly like one slot above Jalen Brunson, stuff like that. And like Jalen Brunson ain't doing this in a half. I'm sorry. He ain't doing it. I'm looking over on the other side and Cade Cunningham, he's like, oh, season on the line. In his mind, season on the line. We need to go up 3-2 here in the second round. I'm emptying the clip. 14 shot attempts for Cade Cunningham for 20 points. He's hooping. He's saying, give me the ball, everybody out of my way. I'm going to decide how the game goes. There are differences. There are levels to this. One guy wants it. The other guy shying away from the moment. He better show up in the second half the way he did in the previous game. He better. I don't think you could expect him to go off in the same way he did for 39 points. Can he get 20 maybe, I guess? We'll see. We have him up here for 30 for a reason. He's the best player on the team, and yet it feels like he's shying away from the ball. Maybe he's saving himself for the second half. But you can't throw away 24 minutes in a basketball game. It's a 48-minute game. We're in the playoffs. It's not the regular season. You can't save yourself for the next one. The next one may not come. The Pistons are down Duncan Robinson. You haven't seen Paul Reed. They've gone deeper into their bench. They played Marcus Sasser here tonight. They're going deeper into their bench. They played LeVert, who didn't have a great outing. Duran has 2 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. He's not having a huge impact in the game. Decent impact with the 4 boards, 4 assists. Again, I pointed to this constantly. If you're not going to score, at least do the other things. And so far, he's doing the other things. So shout out Jalen Duran for that, at least. But what do we... Tobias Harris is 5 for 12 from the field for 10 points. It's not like he's lighting it up. There was an opportunity here for you. And he didn't snatch it. Maybe he's going to try and snatch it in the second half, but I can't get over this. People have him listed with guys like Cunningham and Brunson. Who's the best guard in the East? Is it Donovan Mitchell? Is it Cade Cunningham? Is it Jalen Brunson? Get out of here. It's Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson, everybody else. Get out of here. Donovan Mitchell, you're with all the other scrubs below them. T in the morning said, I can't breathe. Chevy and the unsolicited rant on Donovan Mitchell is cracking me up. I can't. People are just willy-nilly put him in this slot that he doesn't deserve to be into. And I'm willing to change my mind on it. He had 39 in the second half of the previous game. What are you going to do in the second half here tonight? But I can't. You can't walk away with 8 points on 6 shot attempts and a half of basketball, where it's not that your season's on the line again. It's tied 2 games apiece. You're in game 5 of the second round. You have never been out of the second round your entire career. You've never been out of the second round. You'd think he'd be hungry for the moment. But he's allowing James Harden to wave him off and say, go stand in the corner, Donovan Mitchell. Let me cook. 35-year-old, past his prime, career playoff dropper, let me cook. And Donovan Mitchell will just slubbily, okay, I'll go stand in the corner, Mr. Harden. You handle the business. You handle the team. No, man, go get the ball. We'll see what he does in the second half. We'll see. I just, like I said, it's a 48-minute game, not a 24-minute game. It's a 48-minute game. Can't expect to play a half of basketball and win the game. We'll see what he does in the second half. Mike said Donovan Mitchell's not a point guard. I don't think he's a point guard either. But then go shoot the ball. He took 6 shot attempts. He took the same amount of shot attempts as Max Strus. You're a shooting guard, then go shoot. Don't be a point guard. But dictate the game. Mr. Lee, what's up, Mr. Lee? Favorite moment was Kolik stripping Mitchell on the windmill dunk attempt. Just way too lackadaisical. And that's kind of been the story of his career. Just not meeting the moment. Yak said, we found out it wasn't Maxey. Yeah, I mean, Maxey's excuse is that he has yet to hit his prime. He's 24 years old. Right? 24 years old, hasn't hit his prime. That's Maxey's excuse. Donovan Mitchell, prime of your career. Prime of your career. You've been in these moments multiple times in your career. You have a very good, solid team around you, and you are not elevating them. You are not elevating them. AB said, this is a basketball score from the 90s. Is it? It's 60-52. We're on pace for over 110 points. I mean, the Pistons are on pace for 120 points here tonight. I don't think this is a score from the 90s at all. This would be a score from the 90s if this was the end of the third quarter. Mike Hurst said, Cavs line up 2 Cs, 2 centers, 3 shooting guards. Yeah, it is a wacky group of players out there. Not a super synergistic group, but at the same time, Harden's a fantastic pick-and-roll player. Not necessarily a true point guard, but he's a fantastic pick-and-roll player. He's got great vision. Donovan Mitchell, a score-first guy, but he's also got solid vision who can run a pick-and-roll. And he's just not being aggressive. He's not being aggressive. Namar, what's up, Namar, what's up, Namar? I want the Cavs to win. Knicks can play at home. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that Knicks would have home court advantage, and that's true. That's fair. I'm with that, too. I'm with that. Get home court advantage. I just, go. You're not going to have home court advantage in the finals, so, you're going to have to win a series like that regardless, so might as well get some practice at it. All right. That's enough ranting. It's enough ranting. Let's look at the box score. Let's start with the team stats as we tend to do. T in the morning said, we got to go through our bingo. We do have to go through our bingo. So let's run through the team stats. Possession battle being dominated by the Detroit Pistons here tonight. 46 attempts to 33 attempts. That is not a good sign for the Cavs at all, unless they can start chipping away at this and taking care of the basketball and start evening out this battle, and then that could be a bad sign for the Pistons. But they dominated that. We'll see why. 3-point attempts, 6 for 14, 6 for 14, dead even. Free throw attempts, 12 attempts to 7 attempts. Slight advantage to the Cavs. We'll see if that evens out as the night goes on. I know, obviously, the previous game was like 30 free throw attempts to 8 or something like that. So we'll see if this evens out here tonight. Rebounds, 16 to 14, about even. 4 offensive rebounds for the Pistons to 1 for the Cavs. That can be an indication for the turnover battle there. I mean, for the possession battle. I'm now going to assume it's going to be off of turnovers. Turnover battle, 6 to 10. How do they have so many more field goal attempts to the Cavs? The rebounding battle is pretty even. The Cavs are actually winning it by 2. The turnover battle, total turnovers, 10 to 6. It's only 4 turnover differential. How do they have so many more field goal attempts? They're just playing with a faster pace, getting out and running and getting shots up quicker, I guess. None of the stats are backing up why they would have more field goal attempts. So I guess the only other reason I can think of it is that they're just playing with a faster pace. Cavs winding down too much of their shot clock, taking too long to get shots up, and the Pistons are gaining more shot attempts as a result. AP, appreciate the generosity, brother. Appreciate you. He said, I like the Knicks as a road team because I like watching JB rip hearts out and eating them, hit the lights. I think the pressure is on the home team. Yeah, I think the pressure would consistently be on the home team, especially against the way the Knicks are playing right now. I think the Knicks would be the favorite. I think they have the advantage. Obviously, you don't just, write them into the finals. You got to go out and beat the team. But, yeah. I mean, and this Knicks team, they are road warriors, man. They are road warriors. I know they didn't have the greatest road record this season. It evened out by the end of the season. It ended up being solid. But they had a really rough start on the road this season. But, yeah, I mean, this Knicks team, especially come playoff time, you go back to last year, you go back to the year before that, road warriors in the playoffs. Bruce Williams, what's up, Bruce? Seems like when they acquire Harden, Mitchell took a step back. Yeah. AB said, love them as the road team. Yeah, they've been fantastic on the road this second half of the season. They were very good on the road. Playoffs, they have consistently, even going back a couple of seasons now since Jalen Brunson has arrived, and Josh Hart have been a really good road team in the playoffs. Here we go. The Pistons have led for 86% of the game. This is usually a good sign as to who's going to end up winning the basketball game because it invariably means that the other team is consistently playing catch-up. And that is a very difficult position to be in. They've only led for 7% of the game. And that's a tough spot for the Cavs to be in, where you're utilizing more energy and effort to catch up into the game just to get even. before ultimately trying to pull away. We'll see. One run can flip this entire script, and then suddenly the Pistons are playing from behind, but we'll have to wait and see for that to happen first. Had 3 technicals so far. 2 of them have been defensive 3 seconds. Buzzer beater, what's up, buzzer beater? Namar said, I love that Mike Green calling during the Eastern Conference. Mike Green? Just that said, the whole world wants the Knicks to win the championship. I don't know. People outside of New York tend to hate New York, brother. Mike Green. Gotcha. All right, let's go through the box score and see how it relates to our bingo card. Here we go. You guys keep pointing out Thompson 3 steals. What does he have here? He's got 4 steals tonight. He's hooping. He is absolutely hooping his butt off. Let's go to this other one so we can also compare it to our bingo card. He's got 4 steals. So let's fill that in. Harris for 15 points. He's consistently gotten these last couple of games. Not couple of games. For majority of the playoffs, he's consistently gotten over 15 points. So we have Thompson for 15. We have Harris for 15, and a successful challenge will give us bingo. So Harris has 10, looking solid for Harris for 15 there. Let's start at the top. Cade for 30 is looking great. He's got 20. Merrill 3 threes. He's got 1 3, I believe. Sam Merrill is... where is he off the bench? Sam Merrill's 1 for 2 from 3. He's got 1 3. Mobley, 3 stocks. Evan Mobley has no steals, no blocks. Evan Mobley's going to have to step up defensively here for sure. No steals, no blocks for Evan Mobley so far. 2 consecutive missed free throws. We haven't seen that. Harden for 25. He's got 13. He's on pace. We'll see if he gets it. Harris for 15. We talked about successful challenge. Will give us bingo. A goaltend. Triple-double. Strus 10 points, 2 threes. He's knocked down the 2 threes. And he's got 12 points, actually. He's knocked down 4 threes. So we can fill in the Max Strus spot here. And Cade for 40. Cade for 40. Woo. He wishes. We'll see. Cade for 30 is looking good. He's got 20 already here at halftime. And then we would only need a 4-point play to get the bingo in this column here. Allen for 15 and 8. He's got 8 and 4. I mean, he's on pace for it. We'll see if he gets it. Haven't had a logo 3 yet. Any player for 3 blocks. I can take a look real quick. Jared Allen, Harden have 1 block. Max Strus off the bench has a block. Thompson has... No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Max Strus off the bench has a block. Danish Jenkins is credited with a block, and then Stewart is credited with a block. Nobody has 2 blocks or more. Yeah, everybody only with 1 block, so not very close to any player for 3 blocks yet. Mitchell for 30 is not looking great unless he has an explosive second half here. We're gonna have to wait and see. 4-point play, a double-double. We usually end up with a double-double. Somebody usually ends up with a double-double. It's more common to see a double-double in a basketball game. Duren for 15 is, again, looking rough, as it has all playoffs long. Taylor, what's up, Taylor? Thompson has 4 stocks. Yeah, we're going to fill it in now. We're going to update the bingo card. So I filled it all in. 2 spots have filled in here. What are we looking at? Duren for 15. What does he has? 2 points. 2 points for Jalen Duren. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's fill in the rest of our bingo card as we start the second half. Beautiful, perfect timing, y'all. Perfect timing. We'll fill it in, and there it goes. Beautiful. Start of the second half. Pistons, Cavs bringing it down. Harden up top. Cross-court pass, Dean Wade left corner. Ran up the line by Cunningham. Coming to his left. Hands it off to Mobley. Driving it down against Cunningham. Stop, turn, spin. Coming to his right. And Mobley just can't get past him. He slithers past him inside the Jared Allen. Pump fake floater. Comes up short. Allen the offensive rebound. Gets stripped. Mobley trying to dig it down. Loose ball. Allen able to pick it up. In the lane. Gets fouled by Thompson. Wild, chaotic play there. Ends in a foul on Thompson. How many fouls does Thompson have now? 40 Scope in the chat. What's up, 40 Scope? Thompson, that's his first foul. That's his first foul for All-Star Thompson. Nobody in foul trouble yet. Nobody with more than 2 fouls. Harris with the 2 fouls. And that's it. So now the Cavs will inbound it. You get it in the Mobley. Mobley up top being guarded by Harris. Swings through to his right. Bump Euro down the lane. Layup gets fouled. No foul, excuse me. Wild shot attempt from Mobley. Again, he's just way too weak going to the basket all night long. Danish Jenkins down the lane. Scoop play with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Duren can't get the tip. Rebounded by Dean Wade. And they hand it off to Mitchell. Mitchell will bring it down. Donovan Mitchell bringing it down. Be more aggressive, Donovan Mitchell. We're waiting for you. Has it up top. Dancing with it. Step back. Rhythm dribble. Step back 3. Can't get it to go down. Jared Allen mistimed his jump. And a loose ball foul. And Jalen Duren will keep it here with the Cavs. I like that shot from Donovan Mitchell, though. I like that shot. He gave All-Star Thompson a quick hesitation, sidestep, step back 3. Had a wide open look in rhythm. On balance, just couldn't knock it down. I like the shot, though. I like the aggression. I'm calling for it. I've been calling for it. You better step up, man. You better step up. They get it into Mobley. Mobley up top gets it back to Harden. Harden coming to his left off the Mobley screen. Harden picks up his handle, slips it inside the Mobley, leaves it off for Jared Allen. He's going to pump fake, go up, and he banks it in. Beautiful three-man game there between Harden, Mobley, and Jared Allen. And it's a 6-point game. Cunningham up top, being guarded by Wade. Wade ducking under the screens. Cunningham. He's going to have to reset something else. Going to come to his right up a Harris screen. Harden's going to switch on to him. Cunningham's going to attack. Gets to the baseline. He's got nowhere to go. Good defense. Swings it inside to Thompson. Cutting along the baseline. Mobley picks him up. He puts up the jumper. Well short. Dean Wade crashes the glass and snags the rebound. Here comes Mitchell pushing it the other way. He got the stop. Mitchell, let's see if he's got an answer. Quick crossover to his left. Driving down. Sees two bodies in the paint. Throws up the floater anyway. Gets fouled by Jalen Duren. He's going to the foul line for two. Hey, look what happens when your star guard is aggressive. Going to the foul line for 2 free throws. So Mitchell can knock this to a 4-point game. Much more aggressive second half already to start. Maybe their game plan is Harden will lead the way in the first half, Mitchell will lead the way in the second half. I just don't love that as an entire game plan. But if it works out for them, it works out for them. We'll see. We'll see. Mitchell knocks down the first free throw. Mitchell knocks down the second free throw. 4-point game. A little over 10 minutes to go. Here comes Thompson bringing it down. Thompson up top. Gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Wade. And a foul on Donovan Mitchell holding on to Dennis Jenkins. Little ticky-tack foul there. Buzzer Beater said, who has impressed you so far? Tobias Harris has been the most impressive player to me, because I know what Cade Cunningham to do. I expect this from Cade. He's stepping up. I've been pretty impressed from James Harden, just because again I don't expect this level of performance from him during this time of the year. Tobias Harris and James Harden, if I had to pick one player from each side. Cade Cunningham, beautiful inside interior pass to Jalen Duren rolling to the rim. Miscommunication, bad defense there from the Cavs. Again, just guard Cade Cunningham one-on-one, force him to knock down shots. Harden lobs it inside to Jared Allen in the paint, and a travel on Jared Allen. We have filled in the travel spot already. TD in the morning said, Duren is living up to that number on his jersey. What number is he? Number 0? Crazy. Thompson bringing it down, gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham up top being guarded by Wade. Coming to his right off the Duren screen. Cunningham out by the logo, coming to his right. Buzzer beater with the generosity and the contribution. Appreciate you, brother. Cunningham gets caught in the air, throws it away. He gets hit with the travel. Jumping in the air before he has a lane to pass it to. He ends up turning it over. Appreciate you, Buzzer Beater. Thank you for that, brother. Sending the thumbs up. Reminding people with the thumbs up button, yes, sir. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, of course, please leave a like and hit the thumbs up button. It very much helps. Very much helps the community and the channel. It's the only thing I'll ever ask of you. Harden to pull up 3 up the handoff. Got it to go for Harden. And we're in a one-possession game, folks. One-possession game. Here come the Pistons 62-59. Little over 9 minutes to go. In this third quarter, Duren has it up top. Dancing with it against Jared Allen. Coming to his right off a Cade Cunningham screen to the rim against Mobley. Can't get the layup to go, but a foul's called. And Duren will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Wow. Look at Jalen Duren. Look at Jalen Duren show up offensively, make a confident move to the rim. I actually don't know if that's a foul on Mobley, but there you go. An aggressive move is going to land him at the foul line. Mike said the Cavs can win this game? Absolutely. Never in doubt. I've consistently thought that they could win this game for sure. Duren knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Jay Hammer said, if you combine McHale and Harden, you'll get an ambidextrous shooter. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you combine any right-handed shooter and any left-handed shooter, you get an ambidextrous shooter. Duren knocks down both free throws. They get it into Mitchell. Mitchell swings it over to Harden. Harden will bring the ball down. Makes sense to me. Mitchell is being guarded by All-Star Thompson. Mobley hands it off to Harden, coming to his left, down the lane, in the paint. Almost turns it over. Gets knocked out of bounds by the Pistons, though. Duren did knock down both of the free throws, so it's 64-59, 5-point lead. Jay Hammer said, bingo travel. We have the travel filled in all the way up here, brother. Got the travel filled in right here. Harden gets it into Jared Allen. Jared Allen hands it off to Mitchell. He's being guarded by LeVert. Mitchell pulls it out. No All-Star Thompson on the court. Mitchell's going to look to take advantage. Stop, dance with it. Shot clock winding down. Rhythm dribble, sidestep three in the right wing. Throws up an air ball. It's a shot clock violation, which we also already have on our bingo card. Multiple travels, multiple shot clock violations here tonight so far. 8:40 to go. Pistons bringing it down. 5-point lead for them. They get it over to Cunningham up top, being guarded by Wade. Cunningham swings through to his right. Mitchell will pick him up. Cunningham's going to dance with it, crossover, cross back over to his left, in the paint, throws up the double clutch floater, can't get it to go, but that's because he's fouled by Mitchell. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Cunningham to the foul line for 2 free throws here. He's got 20 and 5. Going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Jared Allen with 10, Harden with 16, Mitchell with 10. 10, 3, and 1 for Donovan Mitchell. I'm going to keep harping on it until he shows up. Not said, didn't do a turnover bingo square? No, we did not. No, we did not. I try to be positive rather than negative, but we could very easily do a turnover bingo square. I'd just rather not be overly negative. I want to root for these guys to play well rather than root against them. Cunningham knocks down both free throws. 59-66. Quick mini run here for the Pistons to respond after the Cavs cut it to 3. Harden up top being guarded by Jenkins. Again, playing from behind all night long. They lob it down low. Jared Allen, 2-handed slam. Again, the 3-man game between Harden, Mobley, and Allen. Beautiful to see when they can get to it. Here comes Dennis Jenkins bringing it down. Harden will guard him. They get it over to Cunningham up top, out by the logo. Swings through to his left, dancing around a Jenkins screen. Harden switched on to Cunningham. He's going to look to isolate and dance with it. Dancing with it, coming to his right, crossing back over to his left. In the lane, turns it over. Great defense from Wade, great defense from the Cavs. Bad process from the Pistons there in Cunningham. Mitchell sees a double team, picks up his handle, gets it out to Harden. Harden up top by the logo. Being guarded by Dennis Jenkins. Harden's going to go to work, coming to his left, and Dennis Jenkins fouls Harden out on the perimeter. Harden was giving him all the dance moves. Giving the young man all the dance moves. Namar said, I got the Cavs winning this game. I could see it. I could see it. They're going to have to steal it here on the road, though. Again, they are winless on the road. And I think a big reason to that is this guy. Show up, brother. Show up. Don More Music. What's up, Don? Am I tripping, or has OKC not lost a playoff game this year? Nope. They have swept the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. Swept the Suns. Swept the Lakers. Harden in the left corner being guarded by Cunningham. I would argue 2 of the weaker playoff teams, but that's just me. Harden in the post, being guarded by Cunningham. Inside pass to Mobley. Gets stripped by Harris. Mobley, again, way too weak in the paint there. Here comes Cunningham bringing it down. Harden, he strips him, but a foul is called. And Harden not arguing. Fouled him. So that should be 2 free throws. He gathered the ball. That should be 2 free throws. Let me blow my nose real quick, guys. Hold on. All right, cool. They don't give him free throws. They say side out of bounds. Jenkins coming to his left along the baseline, kicks it out to Harris. Harris up top to Cunningham. They swing it around to LeVert. Ran off the line by Harden. Gets to the mid-range pull-up jumper. Way off on that one. Stewart right there for the tip. He can't get it to go. And then Dean Wade rips the rebound away. There you go, Dean Wade. Dennis Schroeder in the game. Max Strus in the game along with Harden, Jared Allen, and Wade. Schroeder coming to his right. Down the lane. Kicks out to Harden. Wide open right wing 3 from him. Harden delivers with a 3. And it's a 2-point game. 19 points for James Harden. Way more impactful than Donovan Mitchell, I must say. And look, I'll say this. You have 2 guys who could handle the ball and run an offense. One of those guys is being guarded by All-Star Thompson. I get it. Play through James Harden. I get it. It makes sense. But at the same time, you can run offense and actions to get All-Star Thompson switched off of Donovan Mitchell, and they're just not really looking to do so. Again, Donovan Mitchell went off for 39 points in the second half of the other night. Why? They got him in movement. They got him in action. They got him in the open space. allowing him to tack All-Star Thompson or whoever was switched onto him. There was even a moment here where Donovan Mitchell was on the court, and they subbed out All-Star Thompson for Karis LeVert, and they still were playing through James Harden. So again, who's the best player on this team? Who's in conversations to being one of the best guards in the East? Because if you're asking me, if I had never watched these teams play and tonight was my first time watching the Cavs, I'd be like, oh, James Harden's the best player on this team. He's the leader, right? TD Morning saying, how does Jenkins fall for that every time? The Harden move, where he got called on the foul? I don't know if it's fall for it. I think it's more so not quick enough and not he doesn't have good enough positioning defensively. So, obviously, when you're playing defense against somebody as shifty as Harden, he can give you a million moves in the world, and you could be the greatest defender ever, and you could still get hit with one of them. So, it's not really something against Dennis Jenkins, but from what I've seen from Dennis Jenkins, one of the things that I've seen him, defensively specifically, but even also offensively, and it's part of the reason why he hasn't taken that next step in his consistency, is that I think he way too liberally switches his hips. Like, you need to have a much stronger base in his positioning. So when you're playing defense, and Harden's a left-handed player, and he's a heavy left-handed player, he almost really doesn't want to go to the right. Buzzer Beater said, did Mosley deserve to be fired by Orlando? Deserve is a weird term. I don't know how to describe deserve. Obviously, I didn't watch every game from Orlando. We covered enough Orlando games to know what was going on with them. We covered all their playoff games, obviously. Did he deserve to be fired? I'll say this. Once you lose the locker room, whether you deserve to go or not, you have to go. When there is no recovering the locker room once they're out on you. And once those reports came out that the locker room was kind of out on Mosley, sometimes it's just time for a new voice. So whether he deserved it or not, it was definitely time to move on. So back to Dennis Jenkins, what I was saying about his hips. When you're playing defense against a ball handler who is heavy-handed, so he likes James Harden, a left-handed basketball player, so he wants to keep the ball in his left hand. Obviously, he's going to hit you with all the size-up moves and then look to explode when he sees you leaning one way or relaxing or in any moment. That's why you see Harden stand out there with the ball between his legs multiple times, because if you switch your hips or he sees you lax for even a second, that's when I can go attack to my left, or I can cross back over to my right, and now suddenly you're out of position, and I can run into you and possibly draw the foul, or at the very worst, create some space. So Dennis Jenkins, what I see from him is that he'll play him one side, but then liberally switch his hips, and that's how you get caught out of position. So now a guy's coming into you, and now you're putting your arm up to protect yourself, but also try to stay in front of him so you don't get blown by. And that's where you pick up those fouls. And Harden has been in the league a million years. He's 35 years old. He's won an MVP. He knows how to take advantage of a guy who has sloppy defensive positioning like that. And Dennis Jenkins young. Again, his first year is a part of an actual rotation in the playoffs here. He's going to learn as that goes on. That comes with experience, but yeah, it's pretty sloppy defensive tactics from Dennis Jenkins that Harden's taking advantage of. Cunningham slips in inside the Stewart, spins, big one-handed hammer, spun off of Jared Allen, who looked like he went for the steal. Stewart gets a big one-handed hammer in the paint. Let's see if that fires up the crowd and his teammates. Schroeder in the lane, kicks it out to Harden. Harden will drive it down to the foul line, swings it out to Strus. He's going to pump fake, gets ran into by Karis LeVert, and the foul's on the floor. 6:25 to go. Mike said, you watch the man's hips? You do. You do. You watch the hips and the feet. You don't watch the hands, you don't watch the eyes, you don't watch the heads, you watch the hips and the feet. You see the best defenders in the world looking down when they guard, oftentimes. When they're guarding one-on-one, they're looking down, looking at the feet, looking at the hips. TD in the morning said, I never thought about that with Jenkins. I also see that with him offensively a little bit, where when he dribbles, instead of liberally swaying left and right, he constantly does a lot of this, and then switching it to his left hand, or doing that and switching it to his right hand. And I get why you do that. You're kind of taught to do that when you're first learning basketball, to protect the ball. And then if you're coming over to the other side, you switch your hips and you protect the ball. But he's got to become a better ball handler. But in doing so, I see him knock himself off balance a couple of times, struggling with his footwork. He's just going to have to get better footwork. And obviously, as he continues to gain more experience. They get it to Tobias Harris, high post right wing. Strus, they're in the bonus, knocked down to both free throws, 2-point game again. Harris along the baseline, reverse layup, can't get it to go down. Harden the rebound, they're pushing the other way. Out to Schroeder, out on the break, blowing past Cunningham, in the lane, scoop layup, can't get it to go. Karis LeVert with the contest, a lot of contact, they swing it over Harden, pump fake, fly by defense from Cunningham. Harden the floater, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound. Jared Allen picks it up, loose ball, and a foul is called on Harris, and Allen will go to the foul line for 2. And what a battle down low. What a battle. Buzzer beater said, if the Knicks go to the finals, will giving up 5 picks from McHale be worth it? No. Winning the finals will make it worth it. Going to the finals is cool, but you traded those 5 first-round picks to win the finals, not to get to the finals. Getting to the finals is just a step. Gotta win. Bruce Fowler said those Hibs don't lie. They do not. They are a direct tell as to where the offensive player is going. You can't go right while your hips are facing left unless you're dribbling to the side, in which case you're exposing the basketball, or you don't have any momentum because you're dribbling it on the other side of your body, or you could spin, but yeah, your hips will tell the defender where the offensive player is trying to go. That's also why you try to, when you're like, quick players are hard to stay in front because you could be facing this way and then literally in 0.1 seconds, you're facing this way with your quickness. That's why they're so difficult to guard in the NBA. Change of direction is crazy for superstar players. Watch them. Stewart will fire up another 3, can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Thompson's going to end up with it. They kick it out, swing it over to Cunningham, back to Jenkins, misses a 3, barely grazes the rim, over to Cunningham, right corner 3, got to go for Cade Cunningham. Jared Allen did knock down both of those free throws. Then Cunningham hit the 3, 71-68. Harden coming to his left, swings it out to Dean Wade. He's going to pump fake back out to Harden. He's going to pump fake, run right into Thompson. He's going to fall down. Harden will set himself on fire from 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the loose ball. Wade ends up with it. Out to Dennis Schroeder. He's going to pump fake. Jenkins is going to close the airspace. Jenkins has it up top, crossing over to his left off the Jenkins screen. Gets fouled by Isaiah Stewart. And they're in the bonus, so that's 2 free throws. Both teams in the bonus, by the way, with under 5 to go. Keith Modeste said, this game coming to the wire. Both teams know the winner of Game 5 wins the series. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Absolutely, you have the advantage going up 3-2. You only need to win one more game at a 2. But I wouldn't necessarily say that the winner of Game 5 wins this series, just because it's hard to know what you're getting from either team. And you never know what you're going to get from playoff James Harden. You never know. Tea in the morning, get some water. I got you, brother. Literally had the same idea. Dennis Schroeder split the free throws, missed the first, knocks down the second. 2-point game again. Could have had it to 1. Missing a couple opportunities here for the Cavs, but it's a back and forth affair here. Back to a 1 possession. Thompson gets it over to Duren up top, being guarded by Jared Allen. Duren swings it back to LeVert. LeVert up top, being guarded by Strus, dancing around the screen, puts up the 3, can't get it to go. High rebound. Sasser able to pick it up. Sasser in the game, by the way. Cunningham to the bench. Dennis Jenkins out on the perimeter. Coming to his left. Dancing with it against Strus. Coming to his left. Pull-up jumper in the mid-range. Dennis Jenkins gets the soft bounce as he gets it to drop down. Schroeder has it up top, crosses over to his left, rejecting the Allen screen, pulls it out, swings it up top to Harden. Harden being guarded by LeVert. Harden's going to dance with it. Shot clock down to 5 now. Harden getting into his bag, step back, pump fake, fall away, mid-range shot, draws the foul, and 1 for James Harden. Foul on Karis LeVert. Got the Thank you, guys. My bad. Thank you, guys. A challenge. Okay, so we're either getting a successful challenge or a failed challenge. I think this is going to be a failed challenge. Samuel Cooper, what's up, Sam? I would love to see this go into double overtime. Double overtime's crazy. 4 minutes to go. You know what I did? I hit the timer button instead of the unmute button. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. What was I saying? I was talking about, I read, Lana Mona said those 5 picks were worth it. Those 5 picks have been worth it because the Knicks have been winning. Those 5 picks will not be worth it if by 2031, which is the last pick, the Knicks owe the Nets for the Mikal Bridges trade. If 2031 rolls around, the Knicks have yet to win a championship or have not won a championship with this core. I don't think this core will stick around until 2031. If 2031 rolls around and the Knicks haven't won a championship, those picks won't be worth it. Those picks wouldn't have been worth it. And obviously it'll depend what kind of picks the Knicks ultimately go over to the Nets as well, where we can look back and if they made a finals and those picks really weren't that valuable to the Nets there and they didn't really amount to much, maybe a role player or two, then you look back at it and say, you know what, ultimately it was worth it. It got them to a finals. They couldn't get over the hump, but they did make the finals and they were a very scary playoff team. Sure, then we can look back at it and say it was worth it. But now looking into the future, they won't be worth it to me unless they do indeed win the championship. Scooterly, what's up, Scoo? Namar said, I say failed challenge also? Yeah, so they're using the challenge here. I don't know if this is a good challenge. Just on the one replay they showed us before they went to the commercial break, it definitely looks like a foul on LeVert. Unless JB Bickerstaff is looking at it as maybe a push-off before the jump shot foul, because it's definitely a foul on LeVert. So it makes me think that he's not challenging that. He's trying to find an approximate foul and maybe a Harden push-off or something. We'll see. We'll see. Namar said, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart will stay for a long time. It's hard to keep cores together nowadays because of that second apron. I think this has a maybe another 2-year run, maybe 3 after the season with this core together. Before you have to start shedding salary to get under that second apron. Lana Mona said, you missed my first chat? Oh, I got you, brother. I said if Bridges hits the last shot of the buzzer, to win the title or a defensive stop, to win it, yeah. I mean, even if he doesn't have a good finals, but they win the championship, Lana Mona, it's still worth it. Because he still was able to get you over the hump. He was huge at the end. He was huge in the Atlanta series with his defense on Alexander Walker. He was obviously huge in the 76ers series and in that sweep on both sides of the ball. So even if he is terrible in the finals, but the Knicks still find a way to get over the hump, it would have been worth it. Knicks fan said, I saw the push-off too, that's why I think they challenged. Yeah, it can't be on the jump shot foul. It has to be a possible approximate foul somewhere else. Because it's definitely a foul. Unsuccessful challenge. They're going to show the replay on here again. So yeah, they were looking for the right arm push-off on Harden there, but they don't give it to him. And LeVert closes out too hard, doesn't give him space to land on the follow-away jump shot, runs into him actually, makes body contact. And so it's an unsuccessful challenge. I don't know why you would challenge that at that point. 4 minutes to go, by the way. Our timer will sync up in a second. Harden to the foul line for one more, and that is a failed challenge. We actually needed a successful challenge, but a failed challenge will work. It's up here. Obviously also on the bingo card. Harden knocks down the free throw. It's a one-point ball game, 72-73. Both teams at the bonus. Final 4 minutes of this quarter. Cunningham bringing it down against Max Strus. Cunningham has it up top. Coming to his left. Off a Durant screen. Strus sticking with him. Cunningham has to reset. He's going to isolate. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his left in the lane. Throws up the floater. Got to go for Cade Cunningham. It's just a mismatch no matter who's guarding him. Tough move. Tough shot for Cade Cunningham in the lane. Here comes Schroeder bringing it down. Has it up top. Cunningham up to 27 points here tonight. Again, we have him for 30 on our bingo card. They get over to Harden. Harden being guarded by Sasser. A huge, obvious mismatch here. Swings through to his left, spins to his right, sees a double team, kicks out to Schroeder. He's going to pump fake, drive it down, leans in, throws it above glass, looking for a foul. He gets the foul call on All-Star Thompson. I thought they weren't going to give him that foul call. I don't think that's a foul call. But they're going to send Dennis Schroeder to the foul line for 2. A tough call on All-Star Thompson there. I don't think that's a foul call at all. That's clean defense from Thompson. That's a tough call. I hate that foul call. That's good, solid defense. Dennis Schroeder just falling over, looking for the foul, and they deliver it to him. Knicks fan said, how many does Tobias Harris has? Tobias Harris, I believe, has not scored in the second half. We can double check it. We're at the, well, we'll see. We can take a look real quick. Tobias Harris has 10 still. Yeah, he hasn't scored in the second half so far. Schroeder hit the first free throw. He's got one more coming. And Schroeder misses the second free throw. Jalen Duren the rebound. Gets it over to Thompson. He'll bring it down. Now hand it off to Cunningham. He'll bring it down against Max Strus, applying backcourt pressure. Cunningham coming to his right. Strus sticking with him. They're starting their offense with 13 on the clock. Never a good sign. Cunningham's going to look to operate, though. Down the lane, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 with 3:14 to go. Now we're getting a bit of a foul fest. Bruce Fowler said, crazy flop Harden, the king of the flop and the flail. He hasn't really done that here tonight, though, I will say. That last one on Schroeder was rough. That's a rough call. Lana Mona said, if the Pistons, if we play the Pistons, who guards Cade? Is it OG or Bridges? I don't think it's Bridges at all. I think it's actually OG or Hart. And I think you vacillate between the two of them, where one of them's guarding Cunningham, the other one's guarding Harris, and then you switch it where, if you have OG guarding Cunningham, Hart guarding Harris to start, at some point you should switch it, have Hart guarding Cunningham and OG guarding Harris, but that's where I would go. OG versus Cade easily, yeah, he's bigger and stronger to handle that matchup, but I'd also have Josh Hart on him as well throughout the game. To try and save OG, but also you're going to have moments where you're going to need him on Tobias Harris to slow him down as well. He's been their second go-to scorer. You're going to have to shut both of those guys. If you do end up playing him in the second round, it's a 4-point lead here for Detroit. Cunningham knocked down both free throws, 77-73. A little over 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Dennis Schroeder dancing with it up top. Coming to his left off a Mitchell screen. Mitchell in for Harden. Harden on the bench. Donovan Mitchell, what you got for us? He's being guarded by Marcus Sasser. Over to Schroeder. Left wing three from him. He can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Cunningham able to snag it. Out of bounds. It'll stay here with the Pistons. And they don't have a challenge. They don't have a challenge. And they're actually going to change the call. They don't need a challenge. Grabbing and holding everywhere. Duren holding on to the jersey. Cunningham and Strus falling over each other. Crazy, no fouls at all. Duren bringing it down. Duren has it up top. Under 3 to go. Being guarded by Mobley. Spins, picks up his handle. Kicks it out to Cunningham, being guarded by Strus. Cunningham coming to his right. Cunningham being guarded by Mobley. Cross-court pass. Through the hands of Marcus Sasser. A bad pass from Cunningham. Sasser just can't catch it, though. Right through his fingertips. And here come the Cavs bringing it down the other way. Dennis Schroeder up top, being guarded by Sasser. Schroeder coming to his left. Swings out to Merrill. Extra pass to Strus. Right corner 3 from him. He's been feeling it all night, and he delivers yet again with yet another 3. 77-76. A little over 2 minutes to go here in the third. Duren up top. They haven't been able to get over the hump, though. Duren down the lane draws a foul on Mobley. It's a foul on the floor. But that's 2 free throws anyway. They're in the bonus. Jay Hammer said, a line of horses or people moving together in celebration this series cavalcade. Robert said, if the NBA turns into everybody wants to flop, is the NBA turning into everybody wanting to flop? It's it's one of the tried and true ways to get yourself to the foul line. So everybody's going to it now. The officiating has gotten rough in terms of what they allow and whatnot, so players are trying to exaggerate contact in order to get themselves to the foul line. If the officials stopped rewarding the flopping, you would stop seeing it, but they continue to reward it, and so you see players continuously going to it. I'm actually getting to the point where I'm past blaming the players at this point. Like, it is a league-wide problem with the way they officiate the game. Duren split the free throws into the 2-point game, 78-76. Mobley up top, hands it off to Mitchell. Being chased by Thompson, he's back in. Inside to Mobley. Mobley in the paint, kicks it out Merrill. Wide open right corner 3. He got it! As the Cavs take a 1-point lead with under 2 minutes to go here. And that's the second 3 from Merrill. Again, we need 3 threes from Merrill. We also need Cade for 30. He's got 29. Thompson up top. They get it over to Cunningham. Cunningham being guarded by Strus. Cunningham coming to his left. Merrill hedges out. Cunningham crosses over on him. They get it over to Sasser. Back to Cunningham being guarded by Merrill. He sees the mismatch. He looks to attack. Coming to his left, spins to his right, kicks out to Strus. Extra pass, LeVert, wide open right corner 3. Can he respond? Comes up short, bounces over the backboard and out of bounds. and the ball gets stuck. The ball gets stuck on top of the backboard where they have all the iron and wiring. The ball boy actually comes out and knocks the ball loose. Embarrassing. If I was a player, I'd be like, give me that thing. The way Karl Anthony Towns did to Andre Drummond, hilarious. Here come the Cavs with a 1-point lead. They get it over to Mobley up top, coming to his left. He sees a lane, he's driving it down. Big lefty hammer over All-Star Thompson. My goodness, all the posters being applied to the Pistons during this playoff run. Mobley gets one right there on Thompson. LeVert dancing with it against Merrill. Gets it over to Duren. Being guarded by Mobley. Backing him down. Spins off of him. Big one-handed hammer from Duren. There you go. Vintage Duren. Back to a 1-point game it goes. 81-80. Schroeder shovels it out to Mobley. Mobley gets it over to Mitchell. Swings through to his right. Behind it back to Mobley. Straightaway three. What you got for me? He got it. Evan Mobley getting cooking here. 4-point lead for the Cavs. 84-80. 50 seconds to go here. LeVert bringing it down. He has it up top, dancing with it, coming to his right, hands it off to Sasser, coming to his left. He's got a lane, gets it over to Cunningham. Schroeder switched onto him. Cunningham gets to the foul line, pump fake, leans in, jump shot. Can't get the friendly bounce, no fouls called. Max Strus with the rebound, gets it out to Dennis Schroeder. He's going to push the pace the other way, trying to go for a 2-1, 2-for-1, blows past LeVert, can't get the layup to go. They leave it off. Mitchell, wide open right corner three, in and out, can't get the stay. Strus, another offensive rebound, gets it over to Mitchell. They're going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Shot clock is off. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Thompson, cross it over, ball knocked loose. He goes back to recover it, dancing with it, coming to his right, trying to blow past. He can't get space. Out to Mobley, another three. He can't get it to go. Rebounded. Cunningham snags it. Cunningham pushing. 5 seconds to go. Cunningham more than enough time. Coming to the right, to the foul line. Sasser, pump fake, sets himself with the rhythm dribble. Three at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. And that's the end of the third quarter. A huge run for the Cleveland Cavaliers to end this third quarter and hold on to that 4-point lead. Only one 3-point make for the Detroit Pistons that entire quarter. We talked about how Duncan Robinson has been so important for their ability to knock down perimeter shots, really their only true consistent 3-point shooter. And without him, really struggling to keep pace offensively, and you saw it there in the third quarter. You're seeing it here in the second half. My goodness. JTW, what's up, JTW? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for your kind words. Corey Skeet said, so glad I cashed out when the Pistons were up in the first quarter. What a collapse. It's only a 4-point game going into the fourth quarter here. Cavs have a lot of momentum, but the Pistons are at home. So we'll see how this works out. Bruce Fowler said, so much better than the direct they gave us as sports journalism. Sports journalism, unfortunately, at the professional level seems kind of dead. There are plenty of independent sports journalists who are out there doing their thing, who are fantastic. But unfortunately, ESPN has fired majority of their sports journalists, man. Fired them. They're leaning fully into entertainment and away from actual journalism. Knicks fan said, breathe? Can't breathe, brother. The action is flying by. This is why basketball is incredible. There is no time to breathe. There is no stoppages in play. What a phenomenal sequence of basketball it was. Mobley with 10, 4, and 7. He's working his way towards a triple-double. We'll see if he gets it. I don't think he'll get there with the rebounds. He's not much of a rebounder. Robert said they need Donovan Mitchell bad in the fourth. 10 points, yeah. Again, not asserting himself there multiple times. Cunningham with 29. Let's take a look at our bingo card, by the way. Cunningham with 29, we need him for 30. Feel like that's pretty much a lock at this point. Tobias Harris did not score in that third quarter. He's stuck with 10 points. If I could scroll up, you'll see it. He's stuck at 10 points, 10 for 13 from the field here. That's not good, obviously. 0 for 3 from the field. It's not helping. King, Tomodoro, what's up, King? Pistons are too easy. Just defend Cunningham and they're done. Easier said than done, brother. Easier said than done. I will say, another 5-turnover game for Cade Cunningham here. Another 5-turnover game. Lana Mona said, Cavs win, they close it in 6. I could see it. Max Strus tonight, 5-3, 17 points, 7 rebounds from Max Strus. He's been fantastic. Duren's got 9. He's working his way towards 15. Not another impossibility. We could actually fill in a Duren space here. Jared Allen, what does he have? We could get the diagonal. We're in contention for a couple of spots for bingo here. Hopefully we get one of them at least, if not multiple. Jared Allen, 14.6 rebounds. He's on the board, folks. He is on the board for 15 and 8. It's a possibility. Juice, What's up, Juice? Hope you're having a good time tonight. Appreciate your subscription, brother. Thank you for your support. We're live every single night. So come hang out with us. Dean Wade, not taking a shot tonight, 6 rebounds. He's played some solid defense on Cade Cunningham, but again, you can't be a non-factor offensively here, brother. And I know you're a spacer, so whether you take the shots or not, you're still impacting the game somewhat offensively, but 0 attempts is not getting it done, big dog. Not getting it done. Not getting it done at all. No assist either. Like, come on, man. JTW said, Pistons spent all season focused on beating the Knicks and forgot about everyone else. I mean, they treated those Knicks regular season games like they were playoff games. All right, here we go. We're starting the fourth quarter, the pivotal fourth quarter, 12 minutes on the clock, 4-point lead for the Cavs, made the best team win. And I don't think we had anything else. Merrill's got 2 threes. Mobley, we could check real quick. Does he have any stocks he garnered here? He's got a block, and that's it. Nobody with 3 blocks again. So, all right, let's start the fourth quarter. Cunningham getting bandaged up on the side. Got some blood leaking out from the back of his arm. Getting scratched up. This is a physical game out there. Jay Hammer said, I definitely prefer the Cavs as I want to see Harden redemption possible. Interesting. Mike said, Detroit does want to see us. I mean, they do. JTW with the subscription. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Appreciate you, brother. The Pistons will bring it down to start the fourth quarter. Full court press here from the Cavs. Cunningham will bring it down. He's waving everybody past. Cunningham against Wade. Has it up top, past the half-court line. They get over to Paul Reed. Our first appearance of Paul Reed here to start the fourth. All right, let's see how this works out. Paul Reed gets it over to Cunningham, puts up the straightaway 3. Cunningham gets it to go. He has been ice cold all night long, and that's the 30 ball for Cade we were looking for. We'll fill it in when we have the chance. Mobley bringing it down against Paul Reed. Coming to his right, gets it out to Mitchell. Mitchell up top being guarded by Cunningham. Coming to his left off the Wade screen. Mitchell, he's going to dance with it. Crossing over to his left on Harris. Leans in. Pump fake, steps through. Out to Wade. Wade swings it out to Merrill. Being guarded by Sasser. Shot clock winding down. Merrill's got to get busy here. Merrill driving to his right. Double step back. Right wing. Fall away 3. The buzzer can't get it to go. Comes up short. Paul Reed the rebound. Out to Tobias Harris. Bringing it down the other way. Harris on the right wing. Being guarded by Mitchell. Gets it up top to Paul Reed. Paul Reed swings through to his right, pulls it back, being guarded by Mobley. Tries to hit the backdoor pass, gets picked off. A bad pass attempt from Paul Reed there. They shovel it out to Mitchell. Left wing 3 in transition. Way off on that one. Barely grazes the rim. Kareem's way past the rim. And picked up by Sasser. Here comes Cunningham. Cunningham up top, being guarded by Merrill. Good defense from Merrill. He's waving Paul Reed away. He's like, I got Sam Merrill on me. Let me cook. Cunningham dancing with it. Coming to his right. Half spin coming to his left. Pump fake at the foul line. Fall away jumper over him. He got it to go. He could just rise up and shoot over him. Cade Cunningham getting busy here. He's saying fourth quarter time. It's Cade time. He's cooking. Mitchell down the lane. Crosses past Cunningham. Gets grabbed and fouled by him. That is Cade's second foul. Good foul from Cunningham. Was out of position. Might as well just use up a foul there. Mike said, I want the Pistons to win this series. It don't matter to me. It could go either way, honestly. I actually think the Knicks might match up a little bit better against this Pistons team, but... Mitchell will inbound it. We have Harden back in the game. Pivotal fourth quarter. Got to have you guys in there. Mitchell on the right wing, being guarded by Tobias Harris. He's dancing with it. Mitchell coming to his right. Stops, turns, spins, sees a double team, leans in, tries to draw the foul. He does. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying not to cough in your ear, guys. I'm sorry. Appreciate you, though. Appreciate you. Terrible foul from Paul Reed is what I was saying. Donovan Mitchell was completely tied up by Tobias Harris. He was going to shoot a fall-away jumper over his left shoulder as a right-handed shooter, which is an incredibly difficult shot. You're also bringing the ball into the airspace of the defender, especially for a taller player, Tobias Harris. And Paul Reed came over and just whacked down across the arms of Mitchell and sent him to the foul line for 2, and he knocks down both free throws. Terrible foul from Paul Reed. Here come the Pistons. Timers. Finally stop the timer. See, I hit the mute button instead of the timer button. Now I'm getting confused. Now I'm hitting too many buttons. They get it over to Jenkins on the right wing, being guarded by Mobley on a switch, driving it down to his left, pulls it back out, picks up his handle, he's got nowhere to go, kicks out to Reed, being guarded by Wade. Paul Reed gets it out to Cunningham. Wade is going to switch on to him. Cunningham is going to dance, loses a hand on the ball, picks it back up to his right down the lane, gets swatted by Mobley. It's a shot clock violation. I believe that's the second block by Mobley, by the way. There we go. Harden has it up top, being guarded by Tobias Harris. Harden dancing with it, coming to his left, pulls it back, dancing with it again. Rhythm dribble, step back three over Harris. Can't get it to go, but gets fouled by Tobias Harris. And Harris is extremely upset on the foul call. This is a foul that James Harden has baited people into his entire career. See the replay on it? And Harden swinging them legs forward, man. He has done that his entire career. The landing violation, but Harden is not trying to land. He's falling over. He's off balance while in the air. He puts himself off balance while in the air. Harden had the foul line for three, but they lost their challenge on a really dumb challenge earlier in the game. Would have come in handy using it there. That's Tobias Harris's fourth foul. Let's see if the foul issue now comes into play. He's been their second most reliable scorer here tonight, although he only has 10 points on 13 shot attempts, so not really. 9:40 to go. Timer slightly ahead. Harden knocks down the first two free throws. He's got one more coming. 88-85. Robert said, Donovan Mitchell has to do more. They need him. I mean, if James Harden is going to continue to be this version of James Harden, maybe not. Maybe not. Harden goes 3 for 3 from the foul line. That gives him 25 points, by the way. So we have Cade for 30, which we will fill in there in the next timeout break, and we have Harden, wherever he is, for 25. There he is. We need 2 consecutive missed free throws, and we'll get bingo there. And a 4-point play, we'll get bingo there. Cunningham gets it over to Thompson, back to Cunningham in the right corner, pump fakes, being guarded by Wade, over to Paul Reed in the post, being guarded by Mobley. Backing him down in the paint, throws up the lefty flip shot, got it to go down for Paul Reed. Oh, 2 points to the wrong side, my bad. 2-point game, 89-87. Mitchell has it up top, being guarded by Thompson. Coming to his right off the Mobley screen. Mitchell pulls it out. Crosses over to his right, behind the back pass to Wade. Wade gets it over to Harden. Harden coming to his left, off the Wade screen. Driving it down, Dennis Jenkins switches onto him. Harden's going to dance. Harden feeling himself. Ooh, getting loose with the handle. Pulls it out. Puts up the contested three over him anyway. Can't get it to go. The shot clock was running down. Had to get a shot up. Here comes Harris digging out the rebound, pushing it the other way. Harris up top being guarded by Merrill. Coming to his right. Driving it down. Stops, turns, spins. Puts up the jumper over Merrill. Way off, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Mobley. He'll bring it down the other way. Mobley pushing the pace on the right wing. Coming to his left across the lane, pulls it out to the three-point line, looking for a handoff partner. Finally hands it off to Harden, coming to his left. Harden picks up his handle, swings it out to Merrill. He'll quickly catch and fire. Merrill off the back rim, can't get it to go. Thompson skies for the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Still a 2-point game, 8:20 to go here. Let's restart that timer. And a timeout called by the Pistons. And let's fill in our bingo card then. We'll fill in our bingo card. We got 8:18 to go here. Christian, what's up, Christian? Knicks are going to the finals no matter who we get. I mean, let's take care of game one first, brother. Let's take care of game one. BMR said champion coming out of the West regardless? I don't know about that. People said that last year too, and then the Pistons probably would have won outside of a torn Achilles. So we know we have Cade Cunningham for 34 points. Let's fill that in. We know we have James Harden for 25 points. Let's fill that in. So we are 2 consecutive missed free throws and a 4-point play away from bingo. Haven't had bingo in a couple of games here, man. I'm getting a little bingo hungry. I'm not going to lie. Getting close to the bingo. TT in the morning said Pistons need some plays coming out of this timeout. Yeah, they need to get something easy. They need to set up something easy. It's been Cade Cunningham or bust so far offensively here for this Pistons team, particularly here in the second half. Mike said, them cats from Detroit were talking crap before they won a few games. We want Detroit for real. Give me whoever. I mean, if the Pistons somehow have been eyeing the Knicks all season long and couldn't even get to the conference finals to match up with them, would be pretty funny. Bruce Fowler said, gotta say this evening's left-handed dribble defense breakdown was superb. Appreciate it, Bruce. Appreciate you. Mets just walked it off for what that's worth. Shout out to any of the Mets fans in the chat. Miguel Rivera, what's up, Miguel? Knicks should go to the NBA Finals. They have the team. They do have the team to do so. Did Mobley get 3 stocks yet? No, I think he only has... We can take a look. Let's take a look at the box score. Mobley, I think, has 2 blocks. Evan Mobley with 2 block shots here. No steals, only 2 blocks. If he gets 1 more block, he satisfies his 3 stocks as well as any player for 3 blocks. Then we would need a goaltend for a bingo. We're close to bingo in a couple of avenues here. Jared Allen also has 14 and 6 here. So if he gets 15 and 8, we'll need Duren for 15. And Duren has 11, I think. Jalen Duren has 9. My bad. Jalen Duren with 9. So 15, that might be out of his reach. Mike said Pistons better be ready. They better be. Chen, what's up, Chen? Namar, what's up, Namar? Knicks will play the Cavs, that's my guess. It could really go either way, man. I mean, it's a 2-point game in a pivotal game 5 here. We'll see. It's Rich, by the way, said Schroeder missed 2 free throws, by the way. I don't believe so. I think he's missed a total of 2 free throws, but he hasn't missed consecutive free throws. Dennis Schroeder off the bench tonight is, 3 for 5 from the foul line, but he split his pair twice. He split a pair twice. It has to be 2 consecutive missed free throws by the same player. JTW said the 2026 Pistons are the 2025 Cavs. Best regular season record, but fold in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, in the same vein, if we wanted to talk about how the Pistons probably should have lost in the first round to a Magic team that ultimately lost Franz Wagner after the Game 4 victory. We could talk about that as well, but obviously injuries are part of every playoff run, and that benefited the Pistons, and they still won those 3 games in a row to get out of that series, so they get credit for that. But now you're in a dogfight with the Pistons here. Let's see. 8:15 to go. Cunningham up top. I mean, he's been absolutely cooking. He'd absolutely pull this game out for his team. Cunningham in the paint, pump fake, spins, pump fakes again, kicks out to Paul Reed, right off the 3-point line, down the lane, inside the Cunningham. It's a bad pass. Harris able to save it. Gets it over to Jenkins. Shot clock winding down. Dancing with it against Harden. Step back, high arcing 3. It's an air ball and a shot clock violation. Under 8 to go. And some fantastic defense from the Cavs with some pitiful offense from the Pistons here. Cavs will bring it down the other way. It's a 2-point game. Harden up top, coming to his left off the Wade screen. Full head of steam, driving it down. Bump Euro down the lane, leaves it off of Jared Allen. Loose ball. A bad pass, and then Harden fouls Cunningham in the backcourt. Going for that loose ball. A bad pass from Harden, but ultimately Jared Allen just can't hold on to the ball. Slips right through his fingertips. And the Pistons will bring it down. Again, trailing by 2. Oh, I don't have this up for you guys. My bad. There we go. 2-point game. Cunningham bringing it down. 7:45 to go. Cunningham up top being guarded by Strus, applying some full court pressure. Cunningham out by the logo, past the half-court line. Shot clock down to 13. They're going to run a set now. Not really running a set, just isolating Cunningham. Coming to his left, swings it out to Thompson, back to Cunningham, pump fakes, gets it over to Paul Reed, back to Cunningham. Off the handoff, they went under the screen. Cunningham, pull up 3, can't get it to go, but Paul Reed right there for the offensive rebound and putback. This is some rough offense from the Pistons here. It's Cunningham or bust. They're giving it to Cunningham, and they are isolating. That is it. They're not running any sets, any offense to get anybody open. They double-team Dean Wade, and it's going to be a jump ball between All-Star Thompson and Dean Wade there. Why does Dean Wade have the ball out by the half-court line? I'll never know. You have James Harden in the game. Where the heck is Donovan Mitchell at? You have to get Donovan Mitchell in this game right now for Sam Merrill. Shout out Sam Merrill. You have to get Donovan Mitchell in this game right now if you want to win it. You have Thompson out there hounding Harden now. That's a tough matchup for Harden. He's not young and spry. He can't blow past Thompson. He's too good of a defender. I don't know what Kenny Atkinson is doing. Again, going at Kenny Atkinson's rotations here. I don't like them. They double-team Harden, and Harden throws it away. If only they had another star guard ball handler out there to take some of the pressure off of James Harden, who's now getting blitzed on the pick and rolls. Mitchell, there he goes. He's going to the table along with Evan Mobley. Little too late, brother. Little too late, but better late than never, I guess. Cunningham up top. It's a tied ball game at 89. Cunningham danced with it against Wade. Coming to his left. And a foul on Sam Merrill. Reaching out on the perimeter. still side out of bounds. Neither team in the bonus. Mobley and Mitchell are coming in. Sam Merrill's going to sub out of the game. I think Wade is also going to sub out of the game. But yeah, so they're going to go to Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Max Strus. Like this is their closing lineup. This should be their starting lineup as well. Why Dean Wade is in the starting lineup over Max Strus, who's just a much better overall player, I'll never know. Who's also probably guarded Cade Cunningham better. Rhythm dribble, step back three for Cunningham. Oh, he is feeling it. Cade Cunningham, 37 points here tonight. And they take a 3-point lead. Here comes Mobley bringing it down. He's being guarded by Harris. Mobley has it up top. Coming to his right off a Mitchell screen. They hedge out. Mobley picks up his handle, gets it out to Strus. Strus being guarded by Cunningham. The Pistons are taking up their defense here. It's been fantastic. Cunningham up top, coming to his left. They see a double team. He tries to slip it over to Mobley. He wasn't prepared for it. Strus picks it up over to Harden. He heaves up a deep three, way off. Allen can't snag the rebound. It's out of bounds. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Paul Reed. Again, they don't have a challenge. Definitely thought that was off of Mobley, off of Jared Allen there. But the ball's going to stay here with the Cavs. Nobody arguing. JDW said Knicks in 5 against the Cavs, Knicks in 4 against the Pistons. Ooh, I love the confidence, brother. I do. Mark, too late? Way too late. Way too late. Why are they not coming in at minimum, 8-minute mark? And Mobley throws it to nobody. And this Pistons pressure defense right now, forcing the Cavs into some bad passes and turning it over here. We can talk about the Cavs turning it over and being sloppy, but this is excellent defensive pressure from the Pistons right now, forcing them into turnovers. Jenkins gets it over to Paul Reed up top, being guarded by Jared Allen. Coming to his left, hands it off to Cunningham. He's being guarded by Mitchell. Cade Cunningham coming to his left, driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater, comes up short, can't get the friendly bounce. Harden with the rebound, digging down low. James Harden with that rebound. Harden bringing it down, dancing with it against Paul Reed. Harden on the right wing. Driving to his right, blows past Reed. Reed with the chase down block. Jared Allen picks it out, kicks it out to Donovan Mitchell, an open three. He's been horrendous all night long. Missed another wide open three. Digged out by Paul Reed. Here comes Harris over to Jenkins. Wide open, left corner three in transition. He got it! And a timeout for the Cavs as Detroit takes a 6-point lead. A 10-0 run over the last 4 minutes and 15 seconds. It's almost as if, Kenny Atkinson, you should go into the fourth quarter with your closing lineup and not treat this as a regular season game and bring your Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, arguably your 2 best players, although they haven't been tonight. Jared Allen and James Harden have been better than both of them. But bring in 2 of your closers prior to the Pistons making a run and closing a 4-point gap to tying it. Christian said Kenny Atkinson doesn't know what he's doing. His rotations have been exactly the same as they were in the regular season. And that is awful coaching. That is, by almost definition, a regular season coach, right? We talk about players needing to step their game up come postseason. So do coaches. So do coaches. And Kenny Atkinson has not stepped his game up here in the postseason. I have been incredibly disappointed with his coaching. Maybe not disappointed, but I have not been impressed at all with his coaching here in the playoffs. Not at all. I think he has been horrendous, especially down the stretch, where, again, push comes to shove. Let's take a look at this. There's 5.5 minutes to go, right? Donovan Mitchell has now played 32 minutes. If he plays the rest of the game, he'll get up to 37 minutes. It's game 5 of round 2. Play him 42 minutes tonight if you have to. James Harden has played 33 minutes. If he plays the rest of it, he'll play 38 minutes. Nobody on this team will play over 40 minutes in a crucial JTW. Appreciate your generosity, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, brother. Rose also contributing. Party blows, 500 joules. Appreciate you, Rose. Thank you for your generosity as well. Thank you, guys. Very generous of you tonight. Appreciate you guys. Nobody on this team for the Cavs will play over 40 minutes tonight. And that's not inherently a big, huge problem, right? But my goodness, brother. Jared Allen with 26 minutes, if he plays the rest of the night, he'll play 31. He has been the better option over Mobley tonight. He's got 14 and 7. I think he's got 2 blocks. He's got a steal. Mobley's got 2 blocks and a steal, by the way. That's Mobley for 3 stocks. We'll fill that in. We need Merrill 3 threes, but he's out. Keenan Harden, so do we think it's going 7? It could. Could end in 6. I'm happy it went at least 6. I mean, these games, all these games, could go either way. This game tonight could go either way. Yeah, it could absolutely go 7. These teams have proven to be fairly close to equal here. But we'll see which way it goes. Isaiah Gardner said Brunson would never have 12 points. This is crazy. I mean, look, even if he did have 12 points, it won't be on 11 shot attempts. It won't be on 0 for 7 shooting with 11 shot attempts. Like, my guy, Jalen Brunson's going to go, he'll go 3 for 20 before he goes 3 for 11. Empty the clip, brother. Empty the clip. Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley, by the way, minus 17 for Mobley, minus 14 for Donovan Mitchell. You guys know I don't like the plus-minus stat, but boy, oh boy, is it telling when almost everybody else who's been a major contributor tonight is in the positive. Wade is a +1, Allen's a +6, Harden's a +1, Schroeder off the bench is a +8, Max Strus is a -1, but again, it's only a -1. Keenan said, relax, Spider is very good. We saw him score 39.5. That's awesome, brother. Game 5. Oh, my bad. Game 5. Series. Hanging. There for the taking. And he put up 12 points. He's never been out of the second round. He has more playoff... As Thompson comes up with a huge block on Jared Allen in the paint. My goodness. And then Danish Jenkins saves it. Thompson down the lane. Draws the foul. Can't get the layup to go to the foul line for 2. Donovan Mitchell has more playoff no-shows than he has incredible playoff games. He's never been out of the second round. Where are you? Your team needs you. Your team needs you, and you're allowing career playoff dropper James Harden to step in front? Miss me with the whole Donovan Mitchell is great. Get out of here. Where are you then? Show up when your team needs you the most. He had 39 points in the other game. Great. Now you won 1 game for your team. In a 7-game series, you won 1 game. Cool. Awesome. Incredible. You know who else won 1 game for their team? Deuce McBride. Is Donovan Mitchell on the same level as Deuce McBride? No, you got higher expectations. You got higher expectations. I'm sorry, you got to be there every night. You're the star player of the team. One awesome performance ain't going to cut it in a 7-game series. And it's the reason he hasn't been out of the second round. I'm waiting for him to show up here tonight, and he's been absent. He's missed open shots. He's actively avoided the ball. Multiple times they've given it to James Harden, and James Harden has told Mitchell, go stand in the corner, and he did. Here he is dancing against Thompson, fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. And a foul on Cade Cunningham off ball. Neither team in the bonus, I don't think. Isaiah Gardner said Mitchell needs to be better and consistent. How about just consistent? How about just consistent? Keenan said, I don't know, I criticized Jared Allen. Jared Allen has been the better version of Mobley tonight. He's got 14 and 7. Jared Allen's been fine. He's been solid. They get it into Mobley, up top, being guarded by Jared Allen, being guarded by Tobias Harris, hands it off to Harden, coming to his right, driving it down in the lane, stops against Jenkins, follow-away jumper for Harden, got it to go for James Harden. Looking for the foul too, he didn't get it. Harden has consistently been the go-to guy. It's 91-97. Cunningham has it up top, 4:20 to go, 4:25 to go. Cunningham danced with it against Strus. Coming to his right off the Thompson screen. He sees a double team, picks up his handle, kicks out to Harris up top. Harris, jab step, coming to his left, dance with it against Mobley, pulls it out to the 3-point line. Shot clock winding down. Rhythm dribble, pull up 3. Can't get it to go. Jared Allen rips down a rebound and gets it over to Harden, gets it over to Strus. Strus hit ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater, gets blocked by Paul Reed. Loose ball, recovered. Harris gets it over to Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham. Hit ahead to Jenkins. Jenkins to the rim, lefty layup, got it to go, and the foul. And James Harden, who's asking for a challenge from his coaching staff. It's either way going to end up in a bucket for Danish Jenkins, so probably not worth it. Southern Jen said, ref tonight with an all-time name. Jedaminas Petratus. I did see that. I did see that on the referee reporting for sure. Jenkins going to the foul line for one more. It's looking like the Pistons are going to be able to pull this one off. There's 4 minutes to go. There's 4 minutes to go here. More than enough time. But Detroit with all the momentum, the defense has been absolutely suffocating here for Detroit. 4-night clips at what a game. All these games have been pretty good. All these games have been pretty dang good. Cream Puff, what's up, Cream Puff? Jenkins knocks down the free throw. It's a 9-point lead for Detroit. James Harden will bring it down. It's going to have to be off the back of James Harden because Donovan Mitchell with a no-show here today in Game 5. Harden has it up top being guarded by Tobias Harris. Harden dancing with it, coming to his left, down the lane, kicks it out, Strus, extra pass to Mobley, swings through to his left, excellent rotations from the Pistons, back out to Strus, he throws up a contested three, he knocks it down! Where would they be without Max Strus's 6 threes tonight? It's back to 6, 3:30 to go. Here comes Danish Jenkins bringing it down, he has it up top being guarded by Mitchell. And a timeout for the Pistons. Whew. T. in the morning said, is that a real name? I thought it was Lad. That is indeed a real name. Isaiah Garner said, Cade has been hitting his threes in these playoffs. Kind of. He's got 37 here tonight. Kind of. He's 12 for 23. I'm pretty sure we could take a look at his percentages. I still think it's hovering around where it was in the regular season, if not maybe slightly lower. I think. Let's see. Regular season averages. Where are the playoff averages at? Bio? Splits? Splits? Yeah, I don't know. We can't look at his playoff averages for some reason. Thanks for that, ESPN. Oh, here we go. Postseason. Oh, there we go. So his three-point percentage during this play. Oh, 40%. You're right. It is right. I thought it was a little bit lower than that, but it's at 40% right now. Yep. On almost 7 attempts per game too. Ooh, he's hooping. Detroit Boy said, Chef is mad. I'm not mad. I'm mad at Donovan Mitchell for playing terribly and people giving him passes. You're supposed to be a star guard. People just recklessly throwing him in the conversation with Cade Cunningham and Jalen Brunson as if he deserves to be there. Guy's never been out of the second round. How many excuses are you going to give the guy? Show up. Christian said, I got overtime. I mean, it's going to be off the back of James Harden here. He's going to have to lead the way unless Donovan Mitchell wants to do something in this game. They get over to Cunningham up top being guarded by Strus. Cunningham coming to his left, sees a double team. They kick it over to Jenkins. Jenkins swings through to his right, dances with it against Harden. He's getting loose with his handle. He's feeling it. Coming to his left, foul line, pump fake, steps through, kicks it out. All-Star Thompson, right corner three. Can't get it to go. Paul Reed gets the rebound to himself. Gets it over to Cunningham, too. Cunningham driving it down, crosses over, sees a lane in the paint, kicks it out to Harris. Right corner three for Harris. He got it! And that's why you need to grab these rebounds. Paul Reed not playing until the fourth quarter, and suddenly the Pistons are absolutely fantastic with him on the court. It's almost as if JB Bickerstaff, he should be your backup center at this point. And he should be playing over 20 minutes tonight. Harden driving it down, step back against Jenkins, driving past him in the lane. Ball knocked out of his hands, recovers it out to Mitchell, swings through to his right, windmill Euros past Cunningham, and gets the easy scoop layup to go. All right, but you need stops to pair with these scores. 96 to 103, 2:30 to go, time not on your side. Danish Jenkins has it up top. Donovan Mitchell, 4 for 14 from the floor, 0 for 7 from 3 tonight. Brother. Cunningham swings through to his left against Mitchell. Driving it down, step back, fall away baseline. Comes up short, rebound, knocked loose. Paul Reed again involved in the action, saved another possession for his team. Cunningham has it in the post against Mitchell. Has the size advantage. They kick it out to Jenkins. Pump fake, straight up the line. Steps to his left. Puts up the three. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Picked up by Mitchell. Pushing the other way. Allen and Paul Reed fall over each other. It's a 4-on-4. Mitchell Euros past the defense. Picks up the loose ball. Inside the Mobley. Two-handed slam for Evan Mobley. That was great defense from the Pistons, but somehow Mitchell able to save it after getting the ball knocked out of his hands. Right to Mobley. Good job from Mobley staying involved in the action. It's a 5-point ball game, under 2 to go. Danish Jenkins has it up top, being guarded by Donovan Mitchell. Gets it over to Cade Cunningham. Swings through to his right, being guarded by Strus. Inside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed against Mobley. Goes to the basket, gets blocked by Mobley. Picks up the loose ball, pulls it back out, tries to get it out. He can't. And a foul is called. No, it's a shot clock violation. Which, by the way, that's any player with 3 blocks. That's Mobley's third. That's Mobley with 3 stocks. We filled that in already? We did. All right. That's any player with 3 blocks, though. We got it. We got that. A goaltend, a couple of other things here for bingo would work. James Harden bringing it down. Harden up top, coming to his right, over to Mobley on the pick and pop. Mobley, a straightaway 3. He got it himself. Evan Mobley cuts it back to a 2-point game. 101 to 103. Stops and scores 4 short here for the Cavs. A 7-0 run for them to get it back to 2. Cunningham up top being guarded by Strus. 1 minute to go. Cunningham sees a double team. Inside the Danish Jenkins swings it out. Harris, right wing three. They need it. He can deliver. Good box out and rebound from Jared Allen. Here comes Harden. Under a minute to go, folks. Here comes Harden. He has it up top being guarded by Jenkins. Harden crosses over to his left. Down the lane. Goes to the floater. He comes up short. Gets his own rebound out to Mitchell. Gets caught in the air. Saves it out to Strus. Ran off the line. Over to Mobley. He pump fakes. Driving to his left. In the mid-range. And a foul on the floor, but they're in the bonus. That's 2 free throws for Mobley. Whoa, big time call there. Harris getting overzealous, closing out on a Mobley. 2 free throws for Evan Mobley here. Do I trust Evan Mobley at the foul line? No, I do not. Gigi said, I'm watching basketball for a while. I've never seen a team single-handedly award the game to the opposing team. How can a team play so terrible? 2 teams pretty closely matched. That's how that happens. Mobley at the foul line knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. I don't trust Mobley at the foul line, but he hit the first one. You got one more coming, Mobley. Got one more coming. 16, 5, and 7 for Mobley tonight. 45 seconds to go, folks. George Jones, what a ball game. Give me overtime. Here we go. TD in the morning said, don't get careless. Pistons, don't get sloppy. Getting a little bit sloppy. A little bit. Mike said, why in the world did Mitchell not shoot the ball? It was a good closeout. Got caught in the air. Almost turned it over, actually. Mobley calmly knocks down 2 perfect free throws for Evan Mobley. I doubted him, and he came through for the Cavs. 45 seconds to go. Timeout for the Pistons here. Back and forth, these 2 teams swing, man. My goodness. AB said, they almost look like the same team. A little bit. I mean, a little bit. Different styles in the way they're doing it is kind of how I want to phrase it, but yeah, they're pretty similar. Cavs lean more offensively, obviously. Pistons lean more defensively, but Cunningham with 37, 4, and 9. Jalen Duren back in the game, along with Paul Reed, going with the double big lineup to match their double big lineup, I assume. Along with Tobias Harris now playing the 3, Thompson at the 2, Cunningham at the 1, obviously. Wow. Thompson's been very impactful here tonight. 6.7 boards, 5 assists. The offense is always going to be a struggle when he's out there, but he contributes so much defensively and so much on the ancillary side of things. AB said, that bingo is so cool. Look how many spots we filled in the bingo tonight, and we still don't have bingo. We still don't have it. 2 consecutive missed free throws will give us bingo. Merrill for 3 threes will give us bingo, but he's not in the game. Jared Allen, 15 and 8. And he has 14 and 9. Literally one more point, Jared Allen. Literally one more point. Duren for 15 would also need to be paired with Allen. One more point to get the bingo that way. Successful challenge. And Harris for 15. Need to get it there. He's got 13. A goaltend gives us bingo. His 4-point play gives us bingo. So many avenues we can get bingo, and yet we don't have it. Vic P, what's up, Vic? I vote for 5 more minutes of 5 free minutes of basketball. Here we go. Cunningham up top. Let's see if we get it. Cunningham danced with it against Strus. Coming to his left. Step back. Sees the double team. Puts up the jumper anyway. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Harris knocks the rebound to himself over Mobley. He's going to pull it back out. Gets it out to Paul Reed. Over to LeVert, who's in the... Oh, no, Paul Reed. Excuse me. He's in the game. Oh, LeVert's also in the game. They show a double team. Out to LeVert. LeVert on the left wing. Shot clock winding down against Harden. Of course, it comes down to LeVert. Across the lane. Puts up the fall-away jumper. And it's an air ball and a shot clock violation. Of course, it was going to come down to Karis LeVert on a fall-away shot. We're tied at 103. Ball back to the Cavs. They're going to have it for the final shot. The game-winning shot found a way to get to Karis LeVert there. Detroit, what are you doing, guys? What was that? Cade, what was that? You got 37. I don't care if they show a double team. Shoot that thing anyway. I guess he did shoot the shot over the double team, and he just missed it. Then they got the offensive rebound in a second chance. And he made the right play the second time, getting it to the open man. But Karis LeVert just couldn't knock down the shot. 20 seconds to go. Mitchell will bring it down. Okay, Donovan Mitchell, time to redeem yourself, brother. Are we getting it back to Harden? I'd give it to Harden. You got Danish Jenkins on him again. I'd give it to Harden. I know Donovan Mitchell wants the ball in your hands, but you haven't had the touch tonight, brother. Donovan Mitchell sees a double team. Out by the half-court line. Now they retreat. Mitchell down the lane, in the paint. Hop step, gets stripped. Loose ball. Thompson picks it up and gets fouled. No foul, and they call it out of bounds, and they don't have a challenge. No foul, out of bounds. I think they're going to give it back. What is the call here? Time off the clock. Are we getting overtime? What is the call here? This is terrible officiating. It was absolutely a foul on Jared Allen. They didn't want to call the foul because it would effectively end the game. We're just going to get overtime. End of regulation. They were like, screw it, go to overtime. You guys pick a winner. We're not calling a winner. I actually like that decision. Mitchell down the lane, got stripped by Thompson. Again, give the ball to James Harden. You haven't had the touch tonight. You got All-Star Thompson on you. Yeah, that's a trip on Jared Allen. No foul call. I like the no foul call. Unfortunately, it is a foul call. I like the no foul call just because if you reward that foul call, there's like 0.4 of a second left. Thompson's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. It's a tied ball game. How about we just put 5 more minutes on the clock and you guys decide who's the winner? I like that call, actually. I know it sucks for Pistons fans who are like, we should win the game. I know it sucks, but I prefer having 5 more minutes of basketball to decide the winner. So, we're going. We haven't had this in the playoffs yet. We haven't had an overtime in the playoffs yet. But here we go, y'all. We are going to not overtime. No, we don't have overtime here on the Sheffy channel. We have the faded 5th quarter. There we go. Throw a 5 up there. Also, we have to change our timer from 12 minutes down to 5 now. So, let's get that set up before we come back into the game. Whew. Mike said, Mitchell scared. Listen, Mitchell has not had the touch tonight. As much as I want to harp on Mitchell, step up, do this and all that, you haven't had the touch tonight. Have the self-awareness enough to go to James Harden in that situation. He's got Dennis Jenkins guarding him. Let's lower this now down from 12 minutes down to 5. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. Now we can get rid of that. That's set up there. 103. 5 minutes on the clock. The faded 5th quarter. Here we go. Detroit boys said absolutely no shooting on the floor. Not a one. Not a one. LeVert, not consistent. Paul Reed, not consistent. Dennis Jenkins, not consistent. Thompson can't shoot at all. Cunningham, not consistent, although he's your best option. But, of course, he has the ball in his hand, so he's not going to get any open looks. Amy Machuo, what's up, Amy? Surely you'll hit bingo, right? I mean, we got 5 more minutes, hopefully, to get it. Bingo still alive, Sons Gen. Bingo still alive. Victor Marquez said cat stats pass Jokic. A little bit. AP said, who's more represented in this room, Cleveland or Detroit? Probably Detroit. We got more Detroit people in the chat tonight. We've consistently had more Detroit people in the chat. Shout out all the Detroit fans. LP said, I remember those cardiac Knicks days. Glad we haven't suffered too much of those. Yeah, I mean, this playoff run has just been... has been stress-free basketball for our Knicks. Here we go. Jump ball in the semicircle. Both teams come out with their closing lineups there. Pistons staying with Paul Reed, Thompson, Harris, Jenkins, and Cunningham. LeVert comes out. Strus will bring it down. He has it up top. The Cavs win the tip. They get over to Harden. Harden being guarded by Jenkins. Harden coming to his left. Ball knocked out of bounds by Jenkins. It'll stay here with the Cavs. JTW said New York City is here, interested in our next opponent. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Knicks fan, JTW, so I go hard for the Knicks coverage. It'll be a week. It'll be Sunday, or the earliest. Maybe Tuesday if this goes 7. Harden up top, throws the slip pass inside to Mobley, throws the floater, can't get it to go. Jared Allen right there for the one-handed putback, and that's 15 and 8 over on the bingo card. Jared Allen with 16 points now. He got the 15 and 8, also another rebound. That's a double-double as well for Jared Allen. He has 16 and 10. Yep, that's the double-double there. Cunningham up top, dancing with it against Strus. Down the lane, throws up the tough floater. Can't get it to go down. Mobley, the rebound, just rolls off the side of the rim for Cunningham. Such an unlucky roll. Harden gets it over to Mobley. He'll bring it down against Harris. He has it on the right wing. Mobley coming to his left off a Mitchell screen. Mobley driving to his left, spins. Kicks it out to Mitchell. He's got Jenkins on him. Mitchell has to attack here. Coming to his right. Driving it down in the lane, in the paint. Leans in. Throws up the floater off glass. He got it to go. That's what I'm talking about, Donovan and Mitchell. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? Whoever offense on Dennis Jenkins right now, Harden or Mitchell, whoever Dennis Jenkins is guarding, that's who you have to attack. Jenkins gets it over to Harris. High post being guarded by Mobley. Jab step coming to his left. Leans in. Puts up the floater over him. He can't get it to go. Mobley digs out a rebound over Paul Reed. And the defensive stops are coming through for the Cavs here. Pistons looking tired. Mobley up top. 3:30 to go. Cavs. Mobley coming to his left. Hands it off to Harden. Harden being guarded by Thompson. Coming to his left. Harris switches onto him. Harden's going to look to isolate. He's going to pull it out. Harden. He's going to dance with it. Going to the size up rhythm dribble moves. Crossing over to his right, double step back, straightaway three over Harris. Can't get it to go. And it's a shot clock violation. And Harden asking his coaching staff to use a challenge there. They gave him that foul earlier in the game. They don't give him that foul there. And Kenny Atkinson calls a timeout. He's going to use that challenge. And so, because there isn't a foul call there, they can't challenge a foul call. That's absolutely a foul on Harris, by the way. He leans in. He doesn't give him space to land. That should be free throws for James Harden. So because there isn't a foul there, you can't challenge something that isn't called. So what the challenge is actually challenging is that the ball was out of bounds, even though it's a shot clock violation. They're using a challenge. I don't know if you can use a challenge on a shot clock violation, right? Maybe you can. I guess you could say maybe it grazed the rim. I'm challenging it. It's absolutely an air ball. It's absolutely a shot clock violation. Obviously, it's off of James Harden, who shot it. Harris didn't block it or anything. But what they want to do in this challenge is hope for a approximate foul, which it absolutely is a foul on Tobias Harris, on the closeout for James Harden. And honestly, it should be a flagrant based off of how they called flagrants this season. JTW said, right, scouting our next opponent. Oh, yeah, brother, we've been doing it all season. We covered basketball all season, JTW. We were live 6 days out of the week, sometimes on the weekends doing double headers, possibly triple headers, especially after football season. Brother, we've been locked in with the NBA season. So let's see what they rule here. They do give them the challenge. See in the morning said, see, JB, if we still had a challenge, we could have had it our back and pocket in this overtime. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Jared Allen has the double-double. Jared Allen has 15 and 8. Right next to each other. We're not going to get Merrill for 3 threes, so we're not going to get that big up because he's not coming back into this game. Whoa, no proximate foul on the play. Detroit ball. It's a failed challenge. How is that a failed challenge? AP with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, brother. I disagree heavily with that foul call. The way they've called it all season, and even the way they've called it tonight, to me, that's a foul. Pistons catch a break. Both teams lose their challenge here on failed challenges. AP said, did the Knicks change something, or why do they look like they're playing so different? They look like the Golden State Warriors 10 years ago. And I'll answer that in the question, AP. It's a very good question. We'll get to it in a minute. But right now, Cade Cunningham bringing it down, picks up his handle, gets it over to Paul Reed, back to Cunningham. They show a double team, now down to Paul Reed, down the lane, gets fouled by Jared Allen. Good foul by Allen. Just send him to the foul line for 2 rather than give him the easy layup. So to your point, AP, why did the Knicks change something? They didn't necessarily change too much. What they changed was their philosophy in how they were going to attack offense every single night, rather than just occasionally, as Paul Reed knocks down the first free throw. We've seen Karl Anthony Towns out on the hub up top. We've seen that all season long. They've tried to incorporate that all season long. We saw it a lot to start the season. They changed the Knicks a little. They changed their offense a little bit as the season went on to make players more comfortable, like Towns and like Brunson, to give them more isolation opportunities because they're comfortable in that, but also still wanting to utilize the movement offense. And so it was just a push and pull all season long of like, how much do we lean on the ISOs? How much do we lean in on our set plays? How much do we lean in on freelance offense? And it was just took a whole season to get to a point where they were comfortable leaning into what they're doing now. And it was just an agreement of guys to sacrifice and be like, fine, I'll be off ball majority of the time if Towns has the matchup advantage, and he has had the matchup advantage, right? So Towns dominates the Atlanta series, but then Brunson dominates the Philly series because that's who has the matchup advantage. Mitchell, pump fake, rhythm dribble, sidestep 3, he got it. Paul Reed knocked down both free throws. Mitchell finally coming through in the overtime period. And then Max Strus picks up a steal in the backcourt. Gets it over to Mitchell down the lane, scoop layup, he got it. 2:30 to go. And it's a 7-point lead for the Cavs. That's a huge lead come playoff time, but more than enough time for the Pistons to make a comeback. Let's see. They are at home. Dennis Jenkins up top, crosses over to his right, down the lane. Michael Mack with a generous super chat as well. Paul Reed down the court, gets the layup to go. Paul Reed, how many points does he have tonight? 6 points now, 6 boards for Paul Reed. B-ball Paul. They get it into Mitchell. They get over to Mobley. Mobley will bring it down. Smart move. Don't have the ball handler bring it down against All-Star Thompson. Mobley, fancy dribbling, getting past Jenkins, who tried to hedge out for the steal. Mobley in the lane, can't knock down the lefty hook. Paul Reed snatches the rebound. Quick outlet to Jenkins. Shot out of a cannon. Blows right past Harden. To the rim. Scoop lay with the right hand. Gets the finger roll to go down. Dan is Jenkins going quickly again. The layup, it's back to a one-possession, three-point game with 1:45 to go. Michael Mack, I'll get to your super chat in a second, brother. Appreciate you for your generosity. Harden has it up top, being guarded by Danis Jenkins. Harden, out by the half-court line. He's going to run a two-man game with Mobley. Crossing over to his right, rejecting the screen. Slips it over to Mobley. Mobley up top, being guarded by Harris. They get it back to Harden, being guarded by Jenkins. Shot clock winding down. Harden driving to his right, leaning in, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. Great job from Harden getting the foul there. AB said, imagine Donovan Mitchell in Brooklyn. He can go over there. Poverty franchise. Michael Mack said, I've been out. How did Harden play tonight? Harden has been the best player on the court for the Cavs tonight. Him and Mobley. And Allen have shown up in various stages of the game. Donovan Mitchell finally showing up in this fourth quarter period, in this overtime period. He'd been mostly MIA majority of the game, but he's showing up here in the overtime period, the faded fifth quarter. Harden knocks down the first free throw. Getting into a 4-point game, a 2-possession game at least, with 1:30 to go here. Whew. JTW said, heavyweight fight right now? Oh, brother, this is going back and forth. I love it. Kenar said, Brunson efficiency went way up, and he expended way less energy bringing the ball up versus blitzing and trapping. Yep, and that was a big thing. I've literally been screaming for it from the rooftops for 3 years now. Kenar, Harden misses the second free throw. Here comes Cunningham off the rebound. I've been screaming about it from the rooftops, brother. Why does Jalen Brunson have to bring the ball down the court when he's being pressed full court? Why do we do that? I don't know. We're finally getting away from it. Finally, Mike Brown. James Harden gets a block on Paul Reed on the inside. What a block from Harden. Paul Reed runs him over. Harden trying to throw it in the backcourt. It got tipped. Jared Allen didn't know it got tipped, and he dove to save it, and it ends up going out of bounds. Ball going back to the Pistons here. Isaiah Garner said, I'm rooting for Mitchell's downfall. I'm not necessarily rooting for his downfall. I don't have any expectations that he'll actually come through for his team because he has so many examples of him not coming through for his team enough. Same with James Harden, but James Harden's coming through here tonight. Mitchell, got to give him credit. He's coming through here in this overtime period for sure. Cunningham gets it over to Jenkins, swings through to his left down the lane against Allen, gets caught in the paint, kicks out to LeVert. Wide open right corner 3, Karis LeVert. He can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Strus picks it up. Gets it over to Harden. Harden will bring it down. 45 seconds to go. 4-point lead for the Cavs. It's in the bag here for Cleveland. They just don't screw it up. All you have to do is not screw it up. Strus has it. Almost falls down over to Mitchell, over the top to Harden. 2-on-1 situation. Harden throws up the floater, can't get it. Missed the layup, and then Strus fouls Cunningham. They had a foul to give. They're not in the bonus. 28 seconds to go. 4-point game. 2-possession lead. Avey said, don't talk bad about our little brother, the Nets. I'm actually rooting for the Nets, AP. I'd rather see the Knicks and Nets rivalry actually be a thing. I was rooting for them to move up in the draft, AP. I was rooting for them to get a top 3 pick, and ultimately they fell down to the 6. But I don't have any love for that franchise anyway, so. Tuesday morning said, well, that's all, folks. I don't know, brother. I don't know. I'd still have some faith. Listen, I know they're not the same teams, but I've seen my Knicks pull off ridiculous victories and harrowing situations like this before. I wouldn't be so quick to think that the game is over yet. Jay Hammer said, LeVert choking? I wouldn't say LeVert is choking, mostly because you aren't expecting Karis LeVert to come through for you. I think there's a difference there. You're not expecting Karis LeVert to come through and knock down a bunch of clutch baskets for you, the way you are for like maybe Harris, maybe Cunningham. I guess those are the only 2 guys. Wow, no Duren, no Thompson in the overtime period here to close it out. Whew. Knicks going to win the East, barring from anything catastrophic happening. I don't think something catastrophic has to happen for the Knicks to lose. Knicks will play poorly. They got to play well. Boss play. What's up, boss? You have faith because you have nightmares of Miller? I wasn't alive for Miller, brother. I have no nightmares of Reggie Miller whatsoever. Not a one. Not a one. Fungpei, what's up, Fungpei? Are they letting the clock run out? The Pistons have to inbound it here. They're not necessarily letting the clock run out. The Cavs don't even have the ball. Yeah, they get it into Cunningham. Cunningham puts up the right wing three. He got it to go. I'm telling you. TT in the morning. I'm telling you, brother. Cade Cunningham off the inbound, literally went up quickly, got the three to go. It's a 1-point ball game, 25 seconds to go. And the refs are going to go to the monitors to make sure it is a three. See the replay on it. Great play design. And that's just Cunningham going to the ball and saying, give it to me. That might be a two. Got to see it. Yeah, that's a two. They're going to take that one extra point away. It's going to be a 2-point game. Fungpei said, what just happened? Cunningham knocked down a three of the inbound. They're going to take one away. It's a 2-point game now instead of a 1-point game. Cavs will have the ball. Rob said, Halliburton nightmares? I don't really have nightmares of it. I really don't. Especially considering the Pistons aren't, we're tanking this year. And they lost their pick. Love to see it. Maria, what's up, Maria? Wow, 1 point? Now 2-point game. Got to take 1 point away. The three that Cunningham just hit was actually a 2-pointer. His toe was on the line. Nothing really changes about the Pistons' mentality, though. I mean, it's unfortunate because you could have put yourself in a position to possibly win it, but the mentality is still the same. You have to press full court. You got to go for the steal. You have 26 seconds to go, so you have more than enough time to play it out in the half court first, or in the back court, I should say, first, going for the steal, and then if you don't get the steal, then maybe go for the foul. Not maybe, then you do go for the foul. But nothing changes in your mentality. You go for the steal. You go all out for the steal here. And if you don't get it, and you go all out for the steal in the inbound, then you try to double team in the backcourt, maybe try to pick up an 8-second violation, force them into a turnover some way. And if that doesn't happen, then you foul. You have more than enough time in the game right now to do that. You obviously don't really want it to drop down below, I'd say like 18 seconds. If you get to 18-second mark, then you have to foul immediately no matter where they are, because you're going to start running out of time. Jen said, Brunson over Mitchell for sure, but Mitchell is a Mets fan, and even though he should have just said he wanted to be a Knick, I'm so happy he's not a Knick. I've never been a fan of his game, and you're seeing why. Guy's never been out of the second round, not showing up in a Game 5. Get him out of here. You know who is going to show up in a Game 5? Brunson. Harden gets fouled off the inbound. Foul on Paul Reed. Harden to the foul line for two. Previously split a free throw. Previously split 2 free throws. Stir Show said double overtime. We'll see. We are in the faded 5th quarter. Are we going to see a possible playoff 6th quarter? Teeth in the morning said, Chevy got my hopes up for nothing. Brother, game's not over yet. You got 24 seconds remaining. You got to keep hope alive until the very end. Harden rattles in the first free throw. He's got another one coming. I'm telling you, brother, you got Cade Cunningham on your team. You got Cade on your team. Yeah, that three-pointer by Cade being ruled a 2 really sucks, because if Harden did knock down both of these free throws, it would be a 3-point game, and you'd have the opportunity to knock down a 3 to tie it. But I wouldn't trust that, because we know the Pistons are not a good three-point shooting team, although, here we go. Harden misses the second free throw, grabs his own offensive rebound. He's going to pull it back out to Strus, back to Harden. Wow, that's going to end it right there. And Harden's going to go to the foul line for 2 more free throws. It's a 3-point game, and you get it to a 5-point game. Yeah, that might end it right there. AB said, Donovan Mitchell is down with New York. I don't care. Who cares? Who cares? You know who else is down with New York? Joel Embiid. Do you want that guy on your team? No, get him out of here. They're not good enough. He doesn't have a backbone. If he wanted to be a Knick, he would be a Knick, but he doesn't have a backbone. I don't care for Donovan Mitchell. Not one bit. As a matter of fact, I'm so happy he didn't end up a Knick, because he's been a career loser so far. Show up, Donovan Mitchell. Show up. I say that, and the Knicks are about to face Donovan Mitchell in the conference finals, so here we go. It's his opportunity. It's his opportunity to shut me up and prove me wrong. But you know who's been the closer for this? As Harden splits 2 free throws again. My goodness, Harden. Although they do have a 4-point lead now, Danish Jenkins will bring it down. He's going to go to the rim. No, he's going to kick it out to Harris for a 3. He's going to miss it. Fight for the rebound. Cunningham picks it up. He's going to dribble it back out to Jenkins. Quick catch and fire from 3. He's going to miss it. Mobley finally snags the rebound. He gets fouled. And that will end it right there. AB said, Joel Embiid ain't down with New York. Yes, he is, brother. Where'd you get that from? Because he has a great relationship with Leon Rose, and once Leon Rose took over that job, he wanted to be a New York Knick. Very well documented, brother. As a matter of fact, if they don't make the Karl-Anthony Towns trade, there's a very real possibility. If they don't give him that extension, there's a very real possibility that instead of trading for Towns, Leon Rose trades for Joel Embiid. Donovan Mitchell sucks, and he's been a career loser. James Harden trying to drag him out of the depths of the second round here. On the verge. Can he pull it off? Mobley knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. You could like Mobley. I mean, you could like Donovan Mitchell. That's fine. But I don't give a damn one bit who the heck is down with New York. He ain't wearing a New York jersey because he doesn't have a backbone to force his way to New York. If he was down with New York, he'd be a New York Knick. And that's a fact of the matter. So miss me with all of the, oh, but he's a Mets fan. I don't care. I don't give a damn. Are you wearing a New York jersey or not? AB said, say Detroit basketball. Hey, man, they're on the verge of going down in round 2 here. On the verge of going down in round 2 here. After all that talk in the regular season, this is why you don't count your chickens before they hatch. And they're showing the Strus steal, by the way, that gave them ultimately the 5-point lead. They're showing the Strus steal. He just picks the pocket of Cade Cunningham in the backcourt. Cade way too lackadaisical. Is that his 6th turnover, by the way? Rudy Pooty with the Rudy. AB said, you're down with New York, you're down with me, and he's down with my Nets. My Mets, that's fine. Root for him as a Mets fan. I don't give a damn about the Knicks. I ain't rooting for him in his basketball career. Be a Mets fan. I'm rooting on the downfall of Donovan Mitchell because he ain't wearing New York across his chest. That's just me, though. That's just me. Cade Cunningham turnovers I wanted to look at real quick. Cade Cunningham, 6 turnovers here tonight. A huge turnover here in overtime with Max Strus just picking the pocket of Cade Cunningham in the backcourt. Jalen Duren's going to end the night with 9, 5, and 4. Yet another disappointing night from Jalen Duren. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened. He just has become a pumpkin suddenly. The games got tight, and he has become a pumpkin. Detroit got to get it in. They're down by 6. This one's over. You're going to get it into Paul Reed. He's going to throw it down. Get it into Mitchell. And that's going to end it right there. 117-113 is going to be the final score, y'all. Oof. Oof. Detroit boys said, I said it all year. The East is wide open, even as the playoffs started. No one picked Detroit. How are we fake? It's not you, brother. It's well, first of all, you won 60 games, and you're the number 1 seed. You're the number 1 seed. So the expectation is high. But also, listen, I've covered basketball all season. I've streamed games for every single team for a multitude of configurations of teams. And this is no offense to a lot of the Pistons fans in chat tonight. My guy, TT in the morning, Detroit boy, you guys have been awesome. But Detroit has been the weirdest fan base I've covered this season in the sense that, and it's obviously, anecdotal evidence in the sense that it's obviously just what I've experienced. But again, I've streamed every team this season. And I've streamed not just Knicks matchups, every kind of matchup you could imagine. I could pull up, we showed it at the end of the regular season, I could pull up all the games we covered. I still have all the files saved. I could show you all the thumbnails. It's a long list of teams. And we covered most of them a majority of the time. I could pull it up here. Watch this. We covered all these teams here. We covered all these teams here. These are all the Knicks ones. These are all the Knicks ones. These are all the teams we covered this year. Right? These are all the games we covered. It's actually not all of them because the screen is actually getting cut off on this side. We covered, I'm not going to count them, 91 different team configurations multiple times. We covered over 100 games this year, well over 100 games. Obviously also the Knicks matchup, so all of those. So 31, 82 games from the Knicks. So we covered almost 200 games this year. You can check the backlogs. We covered almost 200 games this year. Detroit fans whenever we covered Detroit games, were by far the weirdest fan base. They'd come into the chat and they'd talk about how they're the cream of the NBA and it's going to be them and the Thunder and the Pistons are going to win the championship. And they were just very weird. There's a difference between being confident in your team and, trash talking literally everybody else in the NBA while also not analyzing basketball at all. And it was just a very not annoying, but a very weird fan base in comparison to, again, all the other teams I covered. And everybody has their weirdos. Even Knicks fans have their weirdos here in the chat that come through. But that's why people are now looking at Pistons fans and they're like, after all that talking, man, AP said Detroit talk junk all year. I want them to feel this. I will say, though, I agree with you, AP, and thank you for your generosity, brother. I will say, series ain't over yet. Do you trust Cleveland to pull it off? We've seen teams come back down 3-2 before. You just have to win 2 in a row. And these games are clearly all coming down to the wire. So it could easily go back to the Pistons for 2 games in a row here. We'll see. We'll see who pulls it off. It's looking like 7 is visible. Although, we will have a closeout game 6. And we'll see if Cleveland's going to be able to pull it off. It's going to be fun. I will say, for all of my down talk of Donovan Mitchell tonight, he was phenomenal in game 4. He had a pretty miserable game 5 here, and they survived it. Pretty miserable game 5. I mean, the stats look fine when we look at the box score. 1 for 8 from 3. He had a huge 3 in the overtime period. He had a pretty miserable all night long. Pretty miserable. And Freeway Hustler, appreciate your generosity. Appreciate you, brother. He said, great call, Chef. About to go troll some Pistons pods. Oh, appreciate you, Freeway. Appreciate you. Have fun tonight. Stay safe. Donovan Mitchell had a pretty miserable night, and the Cavs were able to survive it. It's a huge, huge bonus for this Cleveland Cavaliers team. I thought Harden was pretty spectacular, 30 points. Again, he continues to be the closer on this team. I thought Mobley was pretty fantastic as well. 19 points, 8 boards, 8 assists. Does have the 4 turnovers, but a steal and 3 blocks. Pretty spectacular night for Evan Mobley as well. 19, 8, and 8 for him. Jared Allen was 16, 10, and 1. He also chipped in. I thought he was pretty good. Dean Wade played some good defense. That's about it. Didn't even take a shot. My goodness. Max Strus was spectacular off the bench, 6 for 8 from 3. I mean, with Donovan Mitchell struggling to knock down perimeter shots, Max Strus stepped up in a major way, and he knocked down those perimeter shots for them. He scored 20 points off the bench. Needed every single one of those, too. And then as far as the Pistons go, no Duncan Robinson tonight. You saw the limitations of what their offense looks like when you strip away that shooter. They didn't really have any space to operate, and it was a lot of Cade Cunningham or die possessions. 39, 7, and 9 for Cade, but also contributing 6 turnovers in the game. It's just way too much, and I know he's got a lot on his shoulders, a lot on him. You got to find a way. Played 48 minutes tonight, man. 48 minutes. He sat for 5 minutes of the game, pretty much the overtime period, right? 5 minutes of the game. AP, appreciate you, brother. Again, very generous. You said this series is over. Winner of Game 5 wins. We'll see, brother. We'll see. They go on to win. I don't know what the percentage is. I want to say 70 some odd percent of the time, but that means that there's a chance. There's a 20 some odd percent chance that the Pistons can pull it off, and they are the 1 seed, and they do have the best player in this series in Cade Cunningham. We'll see. We'll see. Duncan Robinson's going to come back at some point, right? Don't they have... So Game 6 isn't until when? They have a couple of days off, I'm pretty sure, right? Take a look at the next schedule. There's no game tomorrow. No games tomorrow. So obviously, we only have 2 series on the docket now. Now that the other 2 series have ended in sweeps. Thunder, Lakers, and Knicks, 76ers are end in sweeps. So there is no game scheduled for Thursday. Nobody plays on Thursday. Avi said, I think it's every other thing, every other day. What was that in reference to? The next round? Ram Jam, what's up, Ram Jam? Hope Cavs win, but let them keep beating each other. Angel Owens Roman said, really good comeback for the Cavs. I think they'll close it out at home. That's true. You know what? They are at home. So you know what? Really good chance they close it out at home. You're right. That's their first win on the road. We talked about it Friday, 6:30. Yeah, so there's no game tomorrow. Friday, 7 o'clock start time for me. 7 o'clock Eastern time for me, EST time. Obviously, it's going to be different wherever you guys are in the world if you're in a different time zone. Eastern time for me, so I have a 7 p.m. start time, which means I'll be live 15 minutes before the start time. So it gives us about 25 minutes before the tip-off time. And we'll be able to go through it the way we normally do, run through a quick pregame discussion, also go through our bingo card and see where the other teams rank, or how the teams match up against each other and what we're going to be looking out for. We have 2 games, though. Both Game 6s now scheduled on the Friday. Pistons, Cavs, Spurs, Timberwolves. Cool, we'll do the doubleheader on Friday there. And then no games on Saturday, even if there is a Game 7. Game 7 would be on Sunday, to be determined, if there is going to be a Game 7 from either side. And if there is a Game 7, that ultimately means that the Knicks series... So the Knicks may start on Sunday. If the series end in 6, the conference final starts on Sunday. If not, it gets pushed to Tuesday. So we'll see. We'll see what we have. Again, we still can't plan our Knicks coverage until we find out who we're playing. So Jay Hammer said 2 rebounds and 2 assists away from bingo on the triple-double. Now, we needed a 4-point play. Triple-double wouldn't have helped. We needed a 4... Well, I guess, right? We needed a Merrill 3. We didn't get it. 2 consecutive missed free throws. We didn't get it from the same player. 4-point play. We didn't get. Goaltend. We didn't get. I feel like goaltend was right there on the table for us, man. Yeah, we had bingo and so many possible... I mean, look how filled in our bingo card is tonight. And yeah, the bingo card just didn't break our way. I said AP shooting random straights at Luka. Hey, man, get healthy. Luka, get healthy. Namar said, can't wait Knicks to face the Cavs. We'll see. I will say, though, I didn't even factor in the fact that Game 6 is at home for Cleveland. You know, they are undefeated at home. They were winless on the road. Big old win here in Detroit. And now the Pistons are on life support. Yet again, although I will say they've been here before. You know, ultimately it was against a worse and injured and hampered Magic team. And this Cleveland team is better, more intact, playing better, more confident. And I will say, I've heard from Cleveland fans during the season when we were covering the Cavs, and we were winding down the regular season, they were saying, like, hey, man, we're good playing the Pistons. We feel like we have the matchup advantage. And they're proving it. They're proving it. James Harden's been spectacular during the series. Outside of the first 2 games, he really struggled. He's been spectacular the rest of the way. AB said, Cavs nightmares of Mitchell Robinson 2023. I do think that Jared Allen and Evan Mobley have gotten much better in protecting the paint and rebounding and getting good positioning. Mobley, we saw multiple times tonight get bullied and pushed around a little bit. I think he'll struggle. I think Jared Allen will mostly be fine for the most part. Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns should still have the matchup advantage in that series against the double bigs. If it does come down to the Cavs, obviously, not counting my chickens before they hatch. And also, it's going to be barbecue chicken for Jalen Brunson, whether it's Donovan Mitchell or James Harden trying to guard him. It don't matter, you know. And the way Anunoby's playing, he'll be available and ready to go. The way Mikal Bridges has been playing, Josh Hart has been playing. The Knicks just have too many options for a Cavs team that I don't trust their perimeter defense. I just don't ultimately trust their perimeter defense. Ken Arson, Mitchie salivating seeing Jared Allen. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Obviously, we know what he's capable of doing. Again, I think Jared Allen has done a much better job of getting better and performing in these situations for sure. But, yeah. Mike said Cavs can get the next one, too. They can. They can. I think they should be the favorite going into it, too. Captain Mass said, I just caught the last of the game, though. It was a fun game. AP said, this series is over. Detroit is not winning Game 6. We'll see, AP. We'll see. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. I definitely think this could still go 7. We will see. I don't trust this Cavs team. I don't trust their ability to close out, although they have been spectacular closing out against this Pistons team for sure. Whew. AB said, those bums are not winning Game 6. I mean, it's Cade, Cunningham, or bust, man. They're not getting a ton of help from their ancillary guys. They're not getting a ton of help, so. Tyreek Smith, what's up, Tyreek? Once them Knicks smell blood, it's a problem. It has been. It has been. But we'll talk about it when we get there. We talk about it when we get to the conference finals. Right now, this Cavs-Pistons series still going on, man. We still got a Game 6 to go through. AB said, I knew Cleveland was going to win Game 5. You have been very confident in Cleveland, AP. I'll give you that. You've been very confident in Cleveland. Mike said, I don't care who we got next. Knicks Nation, stand up. Yes, sir. Namar said, if the Cavs win and there's one court will beat the Cavs at Madison Square Garden, I mean, the Knicks will have home court advantage. They will have home court advantage. Keenar said, AP getting very frisky all of a sudden. The Knicks lose. Now, poor AP's hopes will not be able to recover. Now, he'll never trust this team ever again in his life, no matter what. TZ in the morning said, it's possible. And yeah, I heard people say they don't trust the Cavs as a whole, even if they win. Yeah, I mean, I still, going into the game, I'm still not going to know what I'm going to get from them. I don't know what kind of version James Harden's going to come out as. I don't know what version Donovan Mitchell we're going to get. We had a dominant Donovan Mitchell in Game 4, and then an MIA Donovan Mitchell in Game 5. Donovan Mitchell was standing in the corner majority of the night and letting James Harden cook, which I get. If James Harden's got it going, okay, brother, you go. But the offense from the Cavs is so isolation heavy. There's so little movement. It's so pick and roll heavy that if you have a good defensive big, and Jalen Duren just hasn't been it, for whatever reason, they don't trust Stewart in these situations. They went with Paul Reed almost the entirety of the fourth quarter, except for a small stint where they put Jalen Duren back in. As rough and tumbled as the Pistons front court is, I think the Cavs front court has dominated those matchups. And it's mostly because Duren's turned into a pumpkin for whatever reason during the playoffs here, but, Stewart has been struggling to guard in space, and he's been, committing very silly fouls. And so I get why JB Bickerstaff is trusting him less and less. Jalen Duren, like I said, has turned into a pumpkin. And then so you're going through your third string center and Paul Reed, and Paul Reed's cool. Paul Reed's solid. Maybe you should lean into him as your backup center and just ixnay the Isaiah Stewart minutes, but I don't know. Kenar said, what is up with B-Stu? I think he struggles to guard in space a bit. And I think they have players who can knock down floaters between Donovan Mitchell and James Harden who have those in-between games where that's really solid. And I think he's waiting for players at the rim to contest them, and these guys are just like, well, we'll just knock down floaters over you, And so he's not as impactful. He might also be dealing with an injury. I know a lot of people have thrown that out there as well because of he just doesn't look nearly as explosive as he did against Orlando, especially after that 8-block game that he had. But again, Orlando was just like, they were a wrecking crew going to the rim. They didn't have in-between games. They were going to the basket. They were going for layups or they were shooting threes. They have nobody to play an in-between game other than Paolo Banchero. And then Franz Wagner can knock down a floater every now and again. But again, once he got injured, everything was at the rim, or it was a long three, or it was a long contested two from Banchero. And so it was a very simple defensive series to play against the Orlando Magic once Franz Wagner went out. And you saw them really put the clamps on them, especially in those second halves of the games. Cavs are a little bit more difficult problem to solve for the Pistons because you have Mitchell or Harden. Both of them can run pick and rolls. Both of them have in-between games. Both of them have perimeter games, off the dribble threes that they can shoot. And there's just a lot more options, and the Pistons have to be more concerned about it. And it doesn't help that Dennis Jenkins now gets inserted into the starting lineup. You're down Duncan Robinson. Tobias Harris ends his night 6 for 19 from the floor for 13 points. It's just not. You don't have a ton of options, and you don't have a ton of depth that you can rely on. And JB Bickerstaff is trying to find things to work, but he doesn't have a lot of options. Similar scenario that happened with the Philadelphia 76ers, although not as extreme as the 76ers, where the front office had let him down. Everybody was saying, hey, this is the year, go for it. Make the big trade deadline trade. Go get Michael Porter Jr. Go get this guy or that guy or whatever. There's 3 names I can't remember off the top of my head. I know MPJ was the big one. 3 names. There were 3 names out there for the Pistons, and people were like, go get them. Go get a Kobe White. Go get an Ayo Dosunmu that were available, that everybody knew was available. And they didn't. They stood pat, and the trade that they made with Chicago was for Kevin Huerter. That's not the depth you needed, man. You needed another ball handler, you needed another creator, and you didn't go get one. So, whew. Said, yeah, Duren melted, Stu spoiled. Yeah, it's not been great. It's not been great. Well, that's going to wrap us up, guys. Appreciate you. I'm tired. That was a long game. That took a lot of energy out of me. That was extremely exciting. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me here tonight. As always, shout out all of the channel members, whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member all on your own. I appreciate your generosity either way. TT in the morning said, well, I guess we'll see how Friday goes, but I think it's over for Detroit. They wanted to use this year as a measuring stick anyway. Yeah, and that's always a bad idea in my opinion, TT in the morning. It's always a bad move. You just to throw away a year when the East is wide open. Indiana will be back next year. Boston will be better than they were this year. The Knicks will be back next year. Now you have this Cleveland team playing with confidence with James Harden. We'll see what kind of improvements they make to their roster next year. Big fellas, appreciate you, big fellas. Right? So now you got 4 teams ahead of you that you're competing for now that 1 seed. And obviously Detroit's in that mix as well. But it's like, like Orlando will be better next year, hopefully, and more healthy. We'll see. Like there's all these teams on the come up next year. And that's not even taking into account, like, how much better is Charlotte going to be? Like this was the year that you should have went all in for. And instead you threw it away and you're like, let's see how it goes in the playoffs first, and then we'll look to improve. Not to say that you still can't come out on top over all those teams next year, but it's going to be harder. This is the easiest path you were ever going to have to make a finals run. And it was on the table. You didn't even have to, make a huge move. You could have gotten Dosunmu, who went for 4 second-round picks to Minnesota. You could have gotten Kobe White, who I think went for a first-round pick and a second-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. You could have got that guy. You need another ball handler, and you didn't get him. It's just a measuring stick season is not good enough because you're throwing away the season. And we talked about it, TT, in the morning, that Jalen Duren contract extension's coming up this offseason. What is he going to get? We'll see. But the Cade Cunningham money is going to kick in. You're going to have to pay All-Star Thompson at some point. You're going to have to figure out how much you're going to pay Isaiah Stewart. Unless Stewart has did he sign a contract already? I feel like he did. Let me double check that real quick. But you have all these things coming up for Detroit where the money is going to have to be paid. And once the money's being paid, it becomes that much more difficult to improve your team. So a measuring stick, you don't know what you have in your roster? To me, that's mismanagement. Mismanagement. And I think their management has done a good job building around Cade, obviously. They hit on majority of their draft picks here. But a measuring stick season, you don't know what you have in your roster. And maybe they're looking at Jalen Duren and they're like, hey, this was a measuring stick moment, right? So now we're looking to move on. Now we're looking for trade packages surrounded on Jalen Duren. Do they get involved in the Giannis thing? Do they trade Duren for Giannis? That's it, But now you're fundamentally changing your team. We'll see. Before I go, I do want to look up that Isaiah Stewart contract because I don't want to speak out of turn there. Did he sign an extension? I feel like he did, right? Yeah. 4-year contract that runs through 27-28, so it's actually not that much longer. 27-28, that's in 2 more years. And that's a club option. Team in the morning said, I agree, but I'm not in the front office, so as much as I can't stand that, we're here now. Yeah, and look, maybe it'll work out. They'll still be in the mix next year. It's just a more difficult path. This year was the easier path, and you didn't look to improve your team enough, and you might be out in the second round. You might not have even made a conference finals when you could have made an NBA finals run. But that's going to wrap us up. We'll see. Season's not over yet, TT in the morning. Season's not over yet. I wouldn't give up too quickly, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll go through the obituary of the Detroit Pistons when it's time to do so, but as of right now, they're still alive. They may be on life support, but they are still alive. Shout out everybody who contributed through the Super Chat and all the other things. Appreciate you guys. AP, Freeway Hustler, AP a couple of times. Appreciate you, brother. Michael Mack. AP again, appreciate you guys. JTW, appreciate you, brother. Welcome. Hope you're having a good time. And that's going to wrap us up right there. Jay Lopez extended his membership again here today. Appreciate you, Buzzbeater, as well, earlier in the chat. You guys have been awesome. Thank you, guys. We'll be back, of course, not tomorrow, actually. No. Wow, the first time we're going to take a day off since the playoffs started. We've been going every single night covering. If there's a game on, we're doing them, right? First time we're going to have a night off in a while. I wonder what I'm going to do with my time. I don't even know. Maybe I'm just going to sleep. But with that being said, I'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you for hanging out with me. Remember, brush your teeth for bed. Stay hydrated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.